And welcome back to the TSF Entertainment Channel. It's your host, Mr. Retro CG, in the building. I am joined by Miss Really B TV in the building, the First Lady of TSFE. We got the Juggernaut of Souls in the building with us tonight.
Hey.
Our resident DJ, Mr. DJ Fresh Your Highness. What's good, brother?
Yo, what's going on, folks?
Ain't nothing much. And we are here to do our recap on Power Book 2 Ghost Season 3. The title of this episode was Your Perception, Your Reality. Before I hit us with the intro, first thoughts of the episode. For me, it was a 9.5.
I give it a 10 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I gotta give it a 9, like a 9.8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm about to say you
I'll give it a 10 too. I was pretty good. I'll give it a 10 too.
Okay, we got a 10. All right, I'm going to hit y'all with that intro real quick, and we're going to be back to talk about this show. Okay, so me and DeMarcus gives it. Hey, Miss Honey, welcome in.
Howdy.
So me and DeMarcus are on the same page, 9.5. All right.
What's good,
what's up, Virgin Love, Lady Virtue, DeMarcus? What's good, everybody? How y'all doing? I don't even know if I want to just kick my feet up on this. and just say, we are the GOAT. Are we not the GOAT? Are we not the GOAT?
I mean, I don't like to toot my own horn. I really don't. But
that's okay. I got the video.
I feel so
video. Yeah, that's one thing we didn't talk about. That's one thing we didn't talk about. Okay, do we feel like Lauren is unalive?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I think they're gonna find her body this season.
Yeah, they're gonna find her body.
They're gonna find the body. Yeah.
Rotten. She's rotten somewhere. Stinking.
Yeah, because the last episode that attorney said that she was in a car accident, so they would have had to.
We say he did,
and they said in the car it was they had no tags and it was money in the car, and she was like she was running, so her body got to be if she had a car accident. So there's no way that the body has disappeared. I think that it's probably gonna come. I think that it's probably somehow might come out that
you gotta eat
Effie and Brayden was the ones behind it. At least like Tariq. At least to Tariq.
Okay, Xavier said he thinks she might be in witness protection. Oh,
nah, she gone.
I hope not.
No.
She left with Effie, unless Effie is a snitch. Effie worked for them folk.
Effie took care of that.
I guess you could say that Tariq is somewhat ruthless, but he's nowhere near as ruthless as Ghost was. Ghost was right.
I don't know why we I don't know why we trust Effie so much though. I really don't. I feel like Effie could be the snitch.
Right.
She should be working for them boys.
She can get it.
Retro didn't in the trailer wasn't her and Brayden talking about Lauren?
Yeah.
I think she reveals to, or either Brayden's going to question her about what happened with Lauren. I think she's going to end up telling Brayden, and Brayden somehow going to end up revealing to Tariq what happened to her. But I think in the trailer they did have a conversation about her.
Yeah, I thought they had a conversation about it. So yeah, she
now,
definitely
that's a valid. Now I will say this: that is a valid point to bring up. That Effie might be a snitch. Now, if Effie is a snitch, then Lauren is alive. If Effie's the snitch, then Lauren is alive. But they staged it to look like Lauren died. So that will be interesting to see if we find the body.
That'll be a nice plot
twist. They mentioned the car accident, but I don't remember them saying anything about a body.
That would be a very nice plot twist.
And we got a nice plot twist. What would have been an even better plot twist is if Effie would have been Mecca's daughter. I would have loved that.
I mean, that would have been dope. But how would they know she had a car accident if there's no body?
They found the car.
Yeah, but they
said her phone. Remember, they said something about her phone and money. She gonna have to eat crow.
Yeah, but it wasn't her car though, right? The attorney said it was a car with no tags.
That's how y'all gonna
that
do
they
me.
found, and they found.
Yeah, we're gonna do you like that. So shout out to Xavier, shout out to Support Gaming, shout out to DeMarcus, shout out to Miss Honey, shout out to Really B. Y'all said that y'all felt like Lauren was alive. Me and Marvin, we were kind of like on the 50-50 side or whatever the case may be. So shout out to all of y'all. Y'all were right. We got that interesting plot twist, which is usually something we don't get with Power. So who all was shocked? Well, there were some other things that we predicted in the episode too, like Diana and Effie going up into the school. We knew that was going to happen. We already knew that was going to happen. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on in and start off this episode. So again, the title of the episode was Your Perception, Your Reality. So those are the I guess the theme for the show, Your Perception, Your Reality. The episode starts off from 3 months ago, or the previous 3 months, where we see that Davis is reached out to a fencer to get that ring sold. So we see that blue diamond ring, which we said last season was going to come back and visit us again. We did not know that it was going to be such a big deal, but it was.
Right.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It was a real big deal.
Yeah, that was really good how they pulled that in with that ring, because kind of forgotten about after the caper and after Mecca got killed, unalived. The ring was kind of an afterthought at that point. So you really didn't think anything else about the ring. But present day, we see that this bad bee enters the room, and she's kind of got a regal presence about herself. Instantly.
She Wakanda forever.
She Wakanda forever. She definitely Wakanda forever.
Okay.
And I think that machete had vibranium. I think the machete was made out of vibranium.
Just straight badassery. Nothing but badasseriness.
When she entered the room, I didn't even have to take a second guess as to who her character was. I knew that she was going to be the new Connect, or she was going to be this season's villain. So she enters the room, and she sits down, and she peeping game. She see that her engagement ring, which we learned later on in the next scene that was her engagement ring, is up for auction. The ring sells for $5.5 million. 4.5 carat blue diamond. Damn.
Right.
I would want that shit back too.
I need that back right now.
I need that back. Yeah, Noma was clean. She pulled up in there. She was watching the room, and I'm kind of glad that the other lady that was bidding with old dude didn't win the ring, because I was like,
right.
Because I said it too. I said as soon as he got up and walked off, and he brushed off his little jacket or whatever. I was like, oh yeah, bro, you not finna.
If it was the lady, she wouldn't have had such an easy time getting rid of her, getting that ring back. She would have had to work a little harder to get that ring back, because if I spend $5.5 million, it's going straight to the safety deposit box.
For real.
I ain't think she would go through all that to get the ring though.
I wouldn't have even bought that myself. That wouldn't have even been something that I would have had to send somebody up there to
you should have just gave the ring up. I'm sure it was insured.
Poor DeMarcus. You're so precious, honey. Effie never was gonna kill Lauren. Effie's a snitch.
Oh
okay?
God, here we
Effie's
go.
Working for those folks.
Nope. Effie's not the snitch. But I'll disclose that later.
Agreed. Effie is not the snitch.
She's not
Agreed.
the snitch.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
I think that's so obvious.
Yes, that'll be way too obvious.
But I'll explain why once we get to that point.
Someone drove and saved Lauren. If they give us that, I will windmill through that whole episode. Just no, they're on a very good trajectory right now. I just want them to stay consistent. You know what I'm saying? We're riveted. We're entertained. Let's just stay here. Don't start with this fool-la-la. Don't start with all this, these shenanigans and these weird weaving of plot lines. Let's not.
I was curious. I think there's going to be some, though, Miss Honey. You know it. We can't have a power show without there being some weird weaving of the plot lines.
Oh.
But that was a good point. How was it her engagement ring? Because Mecca was in possession of it. So I mean, did she tell him that this is the ring I want?
It almost sounded like she designed the ring.
It to her though.
Yeah, he promised it to her.
He promised it to her.
So it almost sounded like she envisioned the ring and what it should look like, and basically that's what it turned out to be.
I mean, she from the home of blood diamonds, though, right? They African.
I think,
and she's obviously a woman that knows what she like,
but live in London or something like that. They're UK. They're Africans that are from the UK.
Honestly, I think it's a situation where Noma probably was reading more into whatever her situation was with Mecca than what was really there. I mean, I believe they, probably messed around. They probably had a relationship, but I think Mecca really was trying to get with Monet. I don't think Noma knew that.
Nah. I think, matter of fact, that makes sense because that makes sense why he was trying to leave in the first place.
And I don't think Monet won't Noma to know that.
Right. I think he was trying to duck Norma. I think he was trying to duck her. He saw how crazy her ass was. He was like, listen. That's why he was so bent on getting out of town with Monet. That's why he kept. I feel that way too. That he kept pressuring her and Zeke and them. Let's get on this jet. Let's go. We can go anywhere in the world you want to go. Like, let's go. He had passports already put together, bank accounts set up. So I think he was trying to duck that crazy ass lady.
Yeah, I mean, we've met Noma, so obviously he was not going to be the top in the relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Noma,
like she's very, in charge. A lot of men don't want to live under that, and he can't never make a mistake or thwack.
Nah, Xavier, you missing that point. She didn't have to bid on the ring. I mean, she knew that she had no intentions on buying that ring. She wanted to see who was going to buy it because she was hoping that based on whoever bought the ring would probably give her some type of insight or information as to what happened to Mecca and how they came about having possession of the ring. It wasn't no point in her. She wouldn't have got that information, or she wouldn't have been able to kind of figure out what was going on with that whole situation. That she was winning there and bid on the ring. I'm sure she could have bid on the ring and bought it, but the whole purpose was to see who was getting ready to buy this ring. That was her whole motive.
She wasn't faithful. It was her.
She was doing recon.
Mm-hmm.
She was doing recon. I just feel like as far as the way they introduced Noma, even if Mecca ran with Monet and the kids, she would have found their asses.
I believe that.
She would have found them.
I believe that. She definitely would have found them. Ain't no way.
Definitely would have found
the way she popped up and found everybody else. Look how she got in the penthouse. How she know that was his penthouse?
Man, she pulled up everywhere. What are you talking about?
I would have enjoyed that. I just would have enjoyed it. I would have enjoyed seeing her chase them down. I would have enjoyed Monet slapping her, thinking, she was Carrie Milgram, and Noma just completely mopping the floor with her. Like, that would have been stellar.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I still think Monet kills her. I think that's how this ends. I think Monet kills her.
Yeah, facts.
So after Buddy wins this $5.5 million ring, they just decide to take a stroll late night through Central Park with a $5 million ring to propose to his fiance.
Who does that?
I know, right? Pale people do that. So they pull up on them. I think it's Obi. I'm trying to figure out who Obi is. I want to say maybe Obi is her brother.
Obi's a muscle.
He's a muscle, but he seems.
I talked about it in my review. He's a muscle, but he's also like a banker. He's got a great financial mind.
Yeah, he's her right hand, some kind of way. Yeah.
Yeah, they're her number one, number two.
Yeah, he's definitely number two. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, the write-up that they gave all of them about, being very intelligent and accomplished. I expect to see big things. I don't want to see, what's the family name on Force? I don't want to see all this kafluckery. I want to see them, stay Wakanda through the whole situation.
I think they
I
are.
like how sleek they are and smart. I like how they're just like, puny Westerners. I love all that. I just wanted to stay consistent.
They are definitely resourceful. So after she cuts old girl hand off and extracts the ring, her crew executes the couple, and they go on about their business. It's a new semester at Stansfield, and I tell you what, this school changes semesters more than a little bit. Every time I turn around, it's a new semester. Anybody can get in Stansfield. You can get in Stansfield. You can go, and you can go.
Right. For it to be Ivy League, it sure seems like everybody can get in.
Yeah.
Right.
And that class too, that I thought that class was supposed to be for like the, top 10% or whatever. And Diana's in it, Effie's in it.
Well, it's a new version of the class because it's not canonical studies anymore. I think it's American Psych now, is what it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's American Psych now because they announced it, and I think it was written on the board when they entered the classroom. We'll get to that soon.
Yeah, but it's still like everybody.
But she still did say that out of 300 people, she chose the 25 that was in the class.
Yeah.
I'm like,
right.
Well, how the hell was Effie and Diana? Diana, you just got here like today. You just got here.
Right.
Today.
I mean, and to me, the fact that Effie's in that class, I mean, it just co-signs the snitch idea even more because she's being positioned to be everywhere that Tariq is. I mean, Tariq is.
I mean,
it's written that way on purpose, though.
But she also told Tariq when they were standing in the dorm and he was moving that she didn't want to go to Stansfield.
That's not what she said. That's not what the conversation about. The
How could she said that?
No, the conversation was they had been planning all summer for her to transfer to Stansfield. What she was telling him was that now that she's there, she wants to have her own identity outside of him. She doesn't want to be known as just his girl or whatever the case may be. She wanted to be able to be at the school, but at the same time, not just be his tag along, which I found that conversation a little weird because she kind of acts like his tag along and she's a little clingy at times, but then at the same time, she wants her independence.
It just came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
nowhere.
I agree.
Yeah, it seemed like it just came out.
Yeah, last time we saw Effie, they was dealing drugs together. And somehow Tariq got turned in where his drugs was, all this stuff. She was the one who really took his pills and all of that stuff. He goes back to find her, because he's in need. And, she's been all in ever since. I mean, we haven't seen her in her own environment at all.
Yeah, I don't think we ever got one scene of her at her own school. So as far as we know, was she really even in school?
Right. Wasn't she the one that took was it Lauren shopping or was it Diana shopping to show him how to get money?
It was Diana.
It was Diana.
They were pulling a lick with them stolen credit cards.
Yeah. It was Diana.
Yeah.
Diana
and she jumped right in and told Brayden that she would be the one to get rid of Lauren. Nope.
Yeah. What do y'all think about the teacher's aide?
One's a snitch.
It's more cool than what. It's more. We're gonna find out she got a pass.
Effie?
No, the teacher.
Miss Harper.
Yeah.
She looks so cute on these.
Well, her and Zeke got a thing.
It looked like they had a real thing, not like a Carrie Milgram and every man in the world thing.
Yeah, they did look like they had
something kind of deep.
Thing. They had a real thing. Yeah, I agree. But going back to the teacher's aide, what did y'all think about the teacher's aide? I think there might be something with him too. I think other than that, he's just a plot device to be Diana's new love interest to try to create some type of triangle between her and Tariq. I don't know.
I actually forgot about him, but he's corny enough to be a cop.
Or he's corny enough to be another Everett. He's going to be in the way. He's going to be in the way. He's going to get in the way. Once he find out that they doing drug dealing and criminal acts, he gonna be in the way of all that.
Or see, because he, when they were actually in the class and he looked over at her and the way he was kind of looking at her, I mean, everybody knows she's Tejada, so he could be the one to try to infiltrate the family and be a CI.
They could have people everywhere. He could be on the federal side while Effie is on the state side. You know what I'm saying?
Or I thought about it a little bit different way. Instead of going at it from the law enforcement way, what if he's a plant for Norma?
He could be.
What if he's some of her people? What if he's some of her people that's put there to watch over Tariq now and make sure that they dealing them drugs and they ain't trying to slip on her? So I don't know. I get vibes from the TA. I don't think that he's 100% legit.
But everybody should be treated as such. You know what I'm saying? Like when you in the drug game like this, everybody shouldn't be able to step to you. Honestly, Diana should have somebody with her. You know what I'm saying? If the Tahadas are supposed to be all of that, and Tariq for sure, you've been stabbed in the back so many times, dude. They have audio you at your dad's grave. Like you need to tread lightly. Pissed me off with that Bash situation. That really pissed me off, but I digress.
I got your support game, and I ain't forgot your comments. We got a couple of things to say about those comments right there. So I got you.
Yeah, we're gonna revisit all that.
Kane is getting smarter.
Brayden and Brayden's mother and sister show up to the dorm, and she basically like, "Why your black A still here? You need to get on up out of here."
Mama Westfield.
You need to get on up out of there. She showed up very pale privileged and kind of rude towards Tariq. And I'm thinking to myself, lady, do you not know what kind of danger you in? Like both of them will stab you. Both of them. Both of them will stab you where you stand, lady. Like,
well, what do we think about the sister? Is she going to be an ally or what?
This is what me and Fresh was talking about on our quick thoughts on Friday. I hope that they don't do this where they're just washing and rinsing and repeating the whole Tariq and Brayden connection. So now we're going to have the same thing with Diana and the sister now. So now the sister's going to start dealing drugs too. Now the sister's going to start dealing drugs at the school, at the dorm. Come on, man. Seriously? I mean, that's what they're setting it up for. Why else would Diana?
I don't think Diana wants to sell drugs. I think Diana wants to do her own thing, but she also wants to be key in her family. You know what I'm saying? She wants to be
no choice. That
have value within her family business.
At school, that she had to hustle. That she needed to hustle for the rest of the money. So he had room and board. So I guess in order for her to pay for her books and any spending money, she gonna have to hustle. So that's why I'm like, are they setting the storyline up? Because why else would she be her roommate? Like there ain't no more housing on this Ivy League campus. There's no more housing that Diana, a freshman, that should be a freshman, that should first semester end up rooming with a Weston.
It all smells like a setup.
If they so elite, I would have my anybody who's rooming with my child would be screened. It's like you said, these are rich and powerful people. Why ain't no security on these kids? Like, ain't no way Diana should be there
because of the campus. They didn't have none of this going on until Tariq got there. So
yeah, that's true.
There's no need for security.
Well, they need.
Yeah, but Diana should be rolling with somebody.
Yeah,
Zeke is dead. Somebody killed Zeke. Like just the way they sit around their house and stuff, like with no incident, it just throws me off. I continually forget that they're supposed to be a drug empire.
Yeah, that sister looked like she uses the drugs. The Marcus,
like Xavier was saying, they're a gang, not an organization, though.
Yeah, they're a gang.
So
yeah,
I guess
the mama gang leader, papa gang leader, and 3 baby gang leaders, because there's no other people around them. He doesn't have any premieres.
But they have sets under them. But they got sets under them. So I think that's why people would think twice before going up to them.
Oh.
Because remember, what was the dude they Mecca killed? The little...
Now, Monet did used to have somebody that... She had a handler. A couple of times. Because remember when she killed the other Connect? She had a handler, and then remember when she was at the bar, she had handlers. I think, but all of them have been unalive. They don't got no new handlers.
Yeah.
But even still, for them to be at to be as large in the organization that they are, they just walk around plain sight, like no fear of anything.
Yeah, they always in the car. They always pulled off somewhere. They always pull up on you. You don't pull up on them. But they got some of the largest cars out there. Like it's weird. And And Lorenzo spending this entire episode getting disrespected was priceless. But I also was like, Lorenzo, I feel like you're gonna die soon. Don't nobody respect you on here. That means we're not gonna miss you when you go.
Ain't nobody gonna miss you when you go.
Right.
Yeah, he both.
Because
Wow,
last
man.
season he was running shit, telling how people go. That's a whole nother situation.
You know what, DeMarcus? That's a good point. Effie got Brayden's sister. Her name is Rebecca, but they call her Becca. Becca
Really?
go in and buying drugs from Effie. Yep. Or either Diana. Because they already know what the secret compartment had in the room to hide the drugs. So they gonna start dealing drugs like that dorm room is what's gonna happen since they can't, or either that they're gonna reactivate course correct. I just got a feeling that he's setting us up for that. Because Diana should not be her roommate. Diana should not have been her roommate. Monet at the house, and she going through. And we need to take up a GoFundMe to get her some counseling, or we need to take up a donation for Sister Monet. She going through. She having a hard time.
That joint watching
Judge Faith. There you go. She watching Judge Faith.
Watching Divorce Court.
She watching Divorce Court. You're right. That's exactly what she finna be at in Divorce Court.
Subliminal message.
That was a subliminal message that the end of her marriage is. That was a prelude to the end of her marriage.
I agree, Xavier.
David shows up to give her news, and for some reason, I guess he's acting as maybe Mecca's executor, maybe Zeke's executor of his estate. Either way, he shows up with information about Mecca's will and how Mecca left everything to Zeke, and since Zeke is gone, everything goes to Monet. But the only thing she gets is the penthouse. That was the only thing that was free and clear. And the Fed seized everything else. She was like, that dude had hella cash, a plane, and cars. You mean tell me that's all I get is a penthouse? She was looking at him kind of suspect, like, what you don't got? Like, what you don't did? Like, I don't believe that shit. Monet was like, listen, I don't care about none of that shit. Get out of my face. Get out of my house.
Yep. Yeah. At this point, she just want revenge.
Yeah, she didn't care about that. She was rude as fuck. She was like, get out of here. I don't care. And so then, Lorenzo go to try to say something in the conversation. She cut him off real quick, and she basically tell him, like, listen, you supposed to be trying to find out what happened to Zeke. You ain't give me no information. Don't talk to me until you got something to tell me. He's like, you ain't finna talk to me like that. She's like, I'll talk to you in how way I feel. Like, get out of my face.
The way I want to.
Yeah, but they don't care. Like, she called the boys, and then she was like, hey, Drew, get your ass in here.
You picking his scabs, Xavier. You picking his scabs.
Wait a minute, I missed the comments. There's so much going on in the chat, I can't even keep up.
That would have been something.
I would have liked to see them as roommates. They would have been a good roommates.
But Brashandria is about her business. She may talk ghetto, but she work hard. Keep her grades up. She ain't with all that. She ain't finna let Diana bring her down for sure.
That's not too far-fetched though, Miss Honey. What Xavier's saying is sister's gonna be used as leverage against Brayden at some point because Diana already dropped that bomb on her when they were sitting there reading each other back and forth about who they were. I could see either they're gonna use that sister for something.
Yeah, I mean, she's a kidnapping victim. She's in that demographic.
Yep. Either they're going to use her for that white privilege, or they're going to use her to try to get that course correct going back, which that would be kind of stupid.
May happen to the sister.
I don't think it's.
And she feel a little pick me too, so she could easily be lured.
Yeah, she looked like the lured type.
Or, like I said, something going to happen to the sister.
What you would get ready to say, Juggernaut?
I said I don't think that they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna start up course correct again.
Nah, it's too hot.
I think they're gonna pull off something else though.
But what you think it's gonna be though?
I don't want to see that.
I mean, they got to be clever. They got to move a lot of ways.
I think personally that it's not even gonna have none this time around. It's not gonna have anything to do with the school. I think they're gonna branch out. They got all the pieces aligning. Brayden is practically on Wall Street. It's a wrap.
Oh yeah, his brother will snort up half of them profits though. Oh, get Drew off this screen. I don't want to.
Well, anyway, Kane and Drew find out that they just inherited the penthouse. Monet basically clearing the house. She's like, all y'all get the hell up out of here from around me. I don't want none of y'all around me. Y'all going over here to that penthouse and do whatever. And the first thing that they do when they get over there to that penthouse is have a party. Of course.
Not they. It was Kane's idea.
Not they, but Kane. You're right.
Drew was on a Tinder date at the penthouse.
Not a Tinder date.
Tinder date.
Not Tinder though.
Not a Tinder date. Not a Tinder
I
date.
had a whole penthouse to ourselves. Shut up, Everett. Whining. You see, I got my peanuts. I'm ready tonight. I got my
They
snack.
put a tired ass at the house this go round. Xavier Monet is got that life right now. Like anything goes with Monet right now. Like
again, somebody killed Zeke. She don't know who, right? All of that stuff that went on at Mecca's place, she just send them back over there.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Like, they not moving like strategic at all. She just wants out, and apparently that means just doing nothing, I guess.
Yeah, and not only that, but we saw exactly what happened. The feds are still watching the place. Mm-hmm. So why would you send them back over there knowing that this house may still be under, surveillance by law enforcement? Right. It's a crime scene, right? It's a crime scene.
Their house is right on the street. Their house is right on the street.
Right. And not to be petty. Right. And not to be too nitpicky, but I'm not sure the timeline, but if we ain't even buried Zeke yet, this could only be a few days. There's no situation in the world that resolves itself that quickly with it going from Mecca to Zeke to her being able to get the keys and get possession. It doesn't work that fast. Like, we ain't even had the funeral yet. Like, it don't work that fast.
Well, I think maybe that's why they did that 3 months early at the beginning.
That's what I was thinking too.
That's a long time to hold the body out.
But I think it's not really holding the body though.
Yeah,
you got to think about it. If they're going 3 months before when Tariq gave him
but we haven't had the funeral yet.
Oh, so you're saying we're still in that 3 month time span?
And then it goes back to that present. Yeah, it's like
okay.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think the funeral will probably end up being.
Okay, all right, okay.
I don't think there is a funeral. I don't think there is a funeral for Zeke. I don't think.
No, I agree. Xavier was talking about that earlier.
Yeah,
about that. That was there's supposed to be some type of altercation.
Somebody.
Somebody's being buried.
Right. That's going to be
Lorenzo though.
Yeah, I think it's Lorenzo.
I told Xavier, I was like, I'm okay with it being Lorenzo, and while the earth is still soft, y'all could throw everything on top of that casket.
I got three theories as to why I think it's Lorenzo's funeral. One, you see Kane and Drew and all of them as pallbearers. You don't see Lorenzo in the scene. You don't see Lorenzo as a pallbearer. Also, you see Kane wearing Lorenzo's chain. And then you see Kane and Monet walking into the funeral together on, Monet's on Kane's arm. So I feel like it's the funeral for Lorenzo. Yeah, I think they've already buried Zeke. I agree. I think they already have buried Zeke.
Okay. All right. Well, all right then. Yeah.
We'll see.
The way that connect at that party, Lorenzo, that's not something you just do lightly. You know what I'm saying? Because now you gonna make him come see you about you talking in these streets, especially in front of his sons, right?
Yeah.
So it just seems like he's so disrespected on every hand. He's a natural fodder. I mean, it's
exactly
the way they writing him.
And the fact that he killed Zeke or unalived Zeke, and the fact that Monet she don't want him to touch her, I can see his character going. There's no use for his character anymore.
Right.
I can see Monet getting rid of his character.
And she might be the one to do it. But what you're saying though, Miss Honey, it actually started last season, because remember those dudes that attacked Drew? They were working for Lorenzo. So his people are already starting to flip on him anyway in the streets or whatever. So he ain't got no crew.
Yeah, for sure. The wife of his his partner, the one that Kane killed in the first episode, she's definitely hot on their trail. So his name is mud in these streets, man.
Thank you, DeMarcus. That's why I was like, yo, I was almost sure that was Zeke's funeral. I thought I knew I wasn't tripping. I knew I wasn't tripping
because the pallbearer in the back.
I thought it was Zeke's funeral too, but
maybe Drew was in Stansfield now, child.
Well, no,
I don't know. We'll
everybody
see.
else goes to Stansfield.
unless it's Diana's funeral.
And that would be great too if it was Diana's funeral. It'd be awesome. I'm ready for her to go. Take that little heifer off. So Brayden shows up for his first day at work at Weston Holdings, and Trace is there, the father is there, and the father is pretty much telling him, like, listen, this is your chance for you to get some of this mud off of the family name. You've disgraced the family. If you don't do good here, if you don't get your mind right, you finna be disinherited, and you finna be disowned, and I'm finna cut you off. So you better get in here and get this money. And so we meet Uncle Lucas. Uncle Lucas seems like he's another black sheep of the family, but does well in the family business. So he know how to work these trades and stuff. So he making money
with him too.
Yeah, he gonna be dealing drugs up out of there too. They gonna be, because when he
They
said
already let us know he do a little coke too.
Right, they already let us know he do a little coke. He already complimented Brayden on course correct being genius. So they gonna be selling drugs up out of that firm.
That's why I said there's gonna be something bigger now. It ain't gonna be the school no more.
Yeah, they're gonna be selling it to these what you call these Wall Street executives. That's who they're gonna be selling it to.
Those two right there gonna be an item.
They're gonna be an item. Did you see that warehouse for the drugs? Shoot.
They need all the help they can get.
They need something bigger.
They need to call they need to call Tommy down there in Chicago and ask him, do he need to wait?
That's what I was thinking. They need to call Tommy back. Gotta call Tommy back.
Listen, they got enough weight to supply the continent. Listen, they trap it all over New York. They ain't just in Queens anymore. They everywhere.
I mean, they gonna have to go Raising Canaan and put it in some CD cases.
For real. They don't know what they gonna do. They're gonna have to get something going because they need all the help they can get to move all that weight. They got some pressure.
Yeah.
So we meet Kiki. Kiki is one of the VPs at the Weston Holdings. And of course, she's gonna be Brayden's new love interest. I'm not interested in it.
Is she a VP or EA?
Her character description describes her as a VP.
Oh.
But she's been working for the family, so she's a token.
I mean, she seems like she's smart.
Not a token though, bro.
And pull
She's the only one in there. She the only one up in there.
I mean, we ain't seen the rest of the building, but
there's an Asian gentleman there.
The rest of that building is white as Snow White. I'm telling you,
like Miss Honey said, you got the Asian dude in there.
Ain't no more colors in there. Ain't no more colored people in that building until Tariq get his little black ass in there. That's it. That's all.
I think to me, she don't carry herself like a VP. Because you can't call summon me into your office and I'm vice president.
Yeah,
but help me do the onboarding.
But that's exactly what she is, the onboard. She's the HR generalist. She's the HR generalist.
You got her like executive assistant team. Look at that outfit. That's executive assistant, bro.
Yeah, that's what she is. She's the corporate admin.
Corporate admin.
Y'all, the one sister that done made it, y'all tearing her down already.
I ain't tearing her down. I'm just speaking the truth.
I like her. I like the way she shut them guys down too.
She did shut them guys down. That's why I feel like she got a little weight or something on her because she handled that meeting. She held that meeting.
But as soon as she meets Tariq, she ain't gonna like Brayden no more.
That's why I'm not interested in her character.
But Brayden ought to know by now he can't take nobody around Tariq.
That's why I'm not interested in her character because I feel like it's gonna be some drama between her, Tariq, and him. I don't know, but we know that's gonna be Brayden's new love interest.
Mm-hmm.
Why did Diana in this mind of hers think that it was a great idea to fix Monet something to eat and bring it to her? Monet don't want shit from her. Monet's like, get out of my face. Don't talk to me. That scene was so fucking funny to me, yo.
That was hilarious to me.
I'm gonna kill this little girl.
Like, look at her hair alone and her face.
She looked at her like she wanted to run a fade on her right there. Like, just get away from me. Don't look at me. Don't talk to me.
None of that.
None of my face. Nothing.
What killed me with this was
she really don't understand. She like, why she mad at me? What do you mean? Why is she mad at me?
I was just about to say that.
All of this. Like,
all of it.
She's talking about, all I did was tell the truth. She was the one lying. Exactly. And you told everybody about the lie. Girl,
and it wasn't your truth to tell.
Wasn't your truth to tell. Y'all could have had a conversation with just her. Instead, you spilled all that out.
And you wonder why she mad at you? Yo, that meme you sent me had me dying because that's exactly how she looked in that chair. Yo, she was through.
Mary J. Blige is, I mean, she has like a surly demeanor, even though I've seen her like on that show with the girl that dated P. Diddy. Her and Proud Mary. Okay. She's very, very pleasant there. But when you see her on stage and how she walks around and, you know, she seems a little surly. So I thought she would be a shoo-in for these moments. But she's just a terrible actress. I just don't.
Yeah,
I mean, she
need to go to actress school for real.
She looked beautiful.
They got her playing the perfect role right now. They got her playing the perfect characterization right now because her demeanor and her emotionless responses is perfect for a grieving, angry person because she's playing that to a T right now. She's being her natural. She's in her natural.
Yeah, no, we don't have a problem with the writing. It's the acting.
It's the
I said I want to get out of this business. Y'all just fix this.
Hey, yo, I'm mad that she did it to a T.
Yo.
You mean your kids? You want your kids and your husband to fix this? This is part of your mess too, boo.
Right, it's your mess, right? When she broke that dish in that damn sink, I wanted Monet to get up and beat her ass right there and there. Like, bitch, you broke dishes.
I want to see them tussle a little bit.
Yeah, I wanted a little tussle a little bit. I wanted Monet to come out of that living room and put some hands on her.
Love said she want to see them shoot the fair, want to get it over with.
Right. She there breaking dishes like you grown in this bitch.
Yeah, they probably could come together if they just go ahead and fight.
You buy them dishes?
Yeah, I wanted Monet to come up out of that chair when she broke that plate.
But
the way she be sneaking around and talking to Poppy, I was like, I wish I would speak Spanish instead of just calling him Poppy. It would just be more authentic. But anyway,
so she go to her
she ain't like that's her husband.
Yeah, she treat him like
that alone gets you mollywop. Y'all whispering over here at the table, and I'm not 4 feet.
Right. And I heard that plate break in the kitchen a little bit.
Yeah, I just come in there and kick. You know what I'm saying? I come in there kicking stuff over, flipping the refrigerator, all of that. It would be more believable that Lorenzo is tucking tail. I mean, he acts like he's so afraid. When he talked with Kane and he told Kane, I'm the boss here. You don't tell me what to do. And then he was like, Monet, wait up. Let me comfort you. I was like, this dude's going to die this season.
No, what would really been nice if Monet would have took that wine glass that was sitting on the table next to her and threw it in between their ears. Like, y'all motherfuckers think I don't hear y'all?
Right.
That would have been priceless.
And it would explain them being, walking around like long-tailed cats in a room full of rocking chairs. Like,
like she should have threw something in there at their ass. Let them know that I hear y'all motherfuckers. And two, Diana, I ain't hear you break that goddamn plate this while ago, you little bitch. She would have threw something in there at her ass. And I would just love that. That would have made up for the bad acting. That would have made up for the bad acting. But yeah, Diana runs to her father like that's her old man. And telling on Monet, like, I don't understand why she's mad at me. Like, dude, do you not realize what you done?
What you did?
Yeah.
That's right.
No. To pacify her, he now decides that it's okay for her to go to Stansfield. Even though him and Monet both was against her going to school last semester to keep her away from Tariq. No, I think it's a better idea just to send you up there with Tariq.
This is setup.
Got killed. All these murders that don't happen up here at this school. The feds up here like clockwork. We're a criminal organization, but I think it's a great idea to send our daughter up here to this school.
He want her to keep an eye on Tariq.
Tariq, exactly.
He feels emasculated by Tariq.
Yeah, all of them do. Kane does too. All of them.
Yeah.
Yep. I think Drew's the only one that's not threatened by Tariq, but the rest of them, absolutely.
You don't really see an interaction with them either. And when it is, it's really kind of mutual respect between the two of them.
Yeah. Like they don't got no beef. Yeah.
They don't have no beef.
So speaking of Tariq, he's displaced right now. He don't got no dorm. He don't got no housing. So he pulls up on the dean who's trying to coerce Rashad Tate into staying at Stansfield to teach a course or whatever the case may be. So he and they're brown nosing. Both of them brown nosing each other. And Tariq show up and like, yo, I got no place to stay. And the dean was like, well, I'll see what I can do about it. He was like, no, I need somewhere to go right now. And the dean was like, well, to be quite honest with you, the alumni don't want you here. The students don't want you here. Like, we don't feel safe since your ass got here to this campus. There's too many murders and stuff happening up here, which I felt like he was within his right to say that.
Bunch of weird shit going on, and you looking for a dorm.
Right, it's some weird shit going on ever since your ass got the fuck up here. It's been some shit going on ever since. Like, nah, we don't want your ass here. Go to those.
But you're not worried about Tate.
Yeah. So
I mean, why would he be?
You're not worried about Diana Tejada.
Right.
He might not even known by that during that time.
Just saying, you keeping up with crimes. You keeping up with black folks and their crimes.
Black folk and their crime.
You know what I'm saying?
Rashad pretty much told the dean that, listen, you can find him somewhere to stay at, or else I'm going to let all my constituents know how you treat young black men up here at Stansfield. So basically strong-arm the dean into getting housing for Tariq. But then after the dean walks off, I'll take care of it. He tells Tariq that, you know that ain't free.
Right, it ain't free, Nick.
You know that ain't free, right? So, you know, he gonna be doing something dirty for Rashad, probably something to help him win this campaign, undoubtedly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm what you keep.
Yeah, because he said it's a close margin. So
yeah, I'm gonna need something later on.
Yeah, Tariq specializes in 2-for-1. Now he didn't got the vote on the housing. Whatever he do for him, it's gonna be in exchange for something. That's his way of voting.
Big Mama do not want him over there with her. She already told him, man, she ain't gonna let that killer in the house with her. No, nope. Big Mama do not want him over there with her. Hell no. Hell no. You ain't coming over here. And Lauren put him up out of the apartment when she found out that him and Diana were sleeping together. Well, he got put up out of the apartment, so he ain't got nowhere to go.
He done made plenty of money though.
I was about to say the same thing. He done made so much money. I don't know how he ain't got his own spot.
Yeah, he should be in his own
Please tell
spot.
me. Look at this party. Please look at this party.
But I think
one girl with her titties out. One girl with her titties out. One wearing a suit coat.
Oh God.
This one right here.
Let's go back kind of party real quick. I'm so sick of this political thing with Tate. I need them to give Tate another storyline. He's been running for some type of political office since he's been on the show. He
right.
He don't ran for governor. He don't ran for lieutenant governor. Now he's running for senate. Like, can y'all please give him some other story besides the politics angle? Like,
I mean, but what else could they give him?
These other races, give it up. Give it up.
What else could they give him? He been in
the
original power, right?
I'm sick of yes.
So it's like, what else can they give him? It's nothing else they can really give him.
If he don't win the Senate race, it ain't shit else for him to run for unless he gonna run for the president of the United States next. I mean, shit, he don't run for every fucking office there is.
That's a valid point, Fresh.
Just I mean, power. Season 6, he was going up against, like, he been in this political joint. So it's what else could they actually give him to write in here for his character? That's all they can.
But wasn't he more ruthless? Wasn't he a little bit more ruthless when Ghost was around, though?
Oh yeah, you know he was shaking Ghost down.
He seems more cartoonish now, like a character.
Exactly. That's why I want them to take his character a different direction because I'm sick of this.
I think it's because Ghost wasn't willing to work. I guess because him and Ghost were adversaries, where he can work with Tariq
and work over
Tariq for him, whereas Ghost was trying to come for his seat and all this other stuff, you know, that he was running for political office, and he didn't like that. so he had to get him out of the way. But that's just me. I think.
Okay, so the girl that Tate was with, the chick that Tate was with, that was the one that Davis was banging his investigator.
The chick that Tate was with
when they met Professor Harper.
They met Professor.
He was with a chick, and he was so enamored with Professor Harper that she had to introduce herself to this lady.
That was some random he met on Tinder.
Now that you say that, I'm trying to think was that the one from Power? But I can't know the one that was from Power worked with him.
That ain't her.
I wasn't.
That ain't her. That was the campaign manager's wife that he was bumping uglies with in Power. That ain't her. That's some random he don't met on Bumble or Tinder.
No way.
The way she was dressed, he done met her down to the escort.
That's exactly what she is.
I was sitting there like, you wearing this to like a funeral, not a funeral.
Yeah, that's not an appropriate outfit for a funeral.
Right. I was like, that's how
Like
we
a
dress for
visual,
memorial
right.
service.
And then she gave me plenty of fish cheese.
Memorial, right.
Plenty of fish. Exactly. That's exactly what she was.
All the hoes on plenty of fish.
So we at the penthouse and we got a whole full-fledged party in effect going on. Drew show up, whatever. They think they're gonna have a nice little quiet evening at the penthouse.
It's gonna be Netflix and chilling.
Right, no Netflix and chill tonight, buddy. Cade has got a party going on. He's trying to convince the new Connect to be their new supply, and they have a meeting with the Connect, and the Connect, pretty much trying to shake them down. Going back to what you were saying, Miss Honey, ain't nobody got respect for the Tejada family no more. They just talk to them boys any kind of way, talk to their family any kind of way, like they treat them any kind of way. Like,
dude.
I mean, there's a plaid shirt in the background. You know what I'm saying? This is a sleek penthouse. There's a plaid shirt. Who's that random white guy? You get what I'm saying? Like, he dissed everything. He dissed the party in a dead man's a penthouse. You know what I'm saying? He called them out like you silly rabbits.
Yep. They ain't going. The Connect basically tells them that he want his cash up front. Run me my cash up front. And
that shirt he got on is nice. I really like all the costuming, but that shirt he had on, I was like,
I'm talking about 60% of the profits, huh?
Right.
Not 50.
60.
60.
He was trying to sign
that let you know that the word on the street is that. But that let you know that the word on the street is that the Tejadas are down. Like, for you to even come out your mouth with that, what the word is about the Tejadas. Like, they not running nothing.
They not.
Nope.
They getting ran over. And then he disrespect Kane. Remember he disrespected him? And he was like, well, how your fine ass mama doing or whatever. So you're right, Miss Honey. Ain't nobody thinking about the Tejadas no more. Like, they ain't got no leverage on the streets anymore.
You insulting somebody's mama on that level, their daddy, their legacy. That's a major infraction. A person's supposed to come see you about that.
Yeah, I mean, they lost
He didn't break his stare. He meant business. He was letting them know we coming for y'all.
Just disrespectful.
They lost all the dope.
Very disrespectful.
Yeah.
Since they lost all the dope, they lost all the respect.
Yep.
If they still had the dope, they would still have the respect. But since they lost all of that,
that's what it is. They ain't got the dope on the streets no more.
They ain't got the dope more.
Yeah, Drew is over it, but he ain't got no choice but to stay in it because his family want him in it and his daddy want him in it. So he ain't got no choice. Yeah, but especially when they unalive Everett, he ain't got no choice. He ain't got nothing else to do. But I think if they unalive Everett, then they're just going to put somebody else on the show to replace Everett.
Listen, I said it. Kane going to have to end up killing Drew because he going to end up killing Everett first. Everett is a liability. I've said it ever since we met him. Everett's a liability, and so is Drew because Drew is so sprung on Everett.
Yep.
He keeps putting Everett first before his family. Everett then becomes an issue. And Monet has already proven. Lorenzo has already proven. Hell, Diana has already proven. We get rid of these obstacles.
Well, if they get rid of that obstacle, it's going to be another one sprout up and they get in their way again.
But we won't have that wine and Everett anymore, and that's really the whole point, isn't it?
That
Just
is
to
true.
Get rid of that.
That is true.
And you know, I'm trying to be in the NBA, and you got be in the party, and they got crab sticks, and I'm allergic to crab. I didn't want to be here.
Get out of here.
And then what makes it so bad is the fact that he don't ran his mouth one time, and they let that slide.
Right.
So, you know, he's a liability.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Why does he even still know you in the game, Drew?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You're not even protecting him. That's why when he was sitting at that table talking to Kane with them little small hands, I was like, look at them tiny fingers.
I'm gonna touch the poppy for you. I got it.
I was just like, oh.
So Bash pulls up on Tariq and pretty much threatens him, extorts him, blackmails him, and say, if you don't want me to go down to the NYPD and tell them what you was doing with course correct, you're gonna run me some cash. And I need it in 7 days. Or
I need it 7 days.
Or else.
And
walk off. I'm like, Tariq told him I'm broke. I ain't got shit.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I don't even think Bash is broke. I think he just did that because he found out that what he had Brayden signed wasn't 100% legit.
Oh, so yeah, that was the reason. That was the reason.
I really thought Bash was gonna ask for ass. I never thought.
Oh my god,
he was gonna ask for money. Like it was just ridiculous. You're shaking Tariq down.
Everyone shakes Tariq.
I really thought that's what he was gonna blackmail him for. Money.
Everyone shakes Tariq down. 2-Bit, Davis, you name it. Everyone.
Y'all know 2-Bit in the cast, right? Y'all know 2-Bit in the cast for this season.
Yeah, he gonna come back looking for his $50,000.
If Bash would have done that, I would not continue to watch the rest of this season.
No, but what I'm saying was thought he was gonna ask for money.
I'd have been so mad at the writers for that. Like,
actually, I actually do believe that Bash is broke because you know how Stern rolls. And he said him and Stern had got a divorce. In the prenup, he
but Bash was in his own corporate office. He built the app.
Yep.
That Tariq used for course correct.
Bash looked like he was spending
he was in a penthouse office, you guys.
But remember when, and I mean, I know Tariq is a liar, so you never know whether he's telling the truth or not. But remember when Tariq, after Tariq, unalived him, and Kane and them walked in, and they were like, they're gonna be looking for him, and he was like, which is all the more reason why I don't know why they moved the body. But when he was like, nah, he stole a bunch of money from Stern, they think he's overseas. Which is all the more reason why I don't know. They could have left him there because that means that you knew he had enemies. You knew somebody.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that's right.
But that's another.
I mean, you was gonna need to take that knife since it had all of your DNA on it.
And that glass.
I would definitely take the knife. They could have cleaned up.
I want to know if Kane got that knife. That's what I want to know.
They picked it up.
Yeah, they got it.
Yeah, but
Tariq know what to do now. His mom taught him, so he know what to do.
I wanted to pick up that glass. That's what I want to know.
Nah, I don't think he didn't. I don't think he did because I think when Bash offered him something, he said, "Nah, I'm good."
No, he took it. He took it because he sat there and held it the whole time.
Yeah, he held it the whole time. Yeah.
What about Bash though? Like, this is the second time in this episode we've had an indignant white man. For him to just go on and on, I was like, man, Tariq, they keep charging you for these crimes and making it seem like you're a menace, but really, everybody tries him. Everybody tries him. For Bash to try him in this way, like you ain't ish, your mama ain't ish. Like, really? Y'all keep trying to make it seem like Tariq is this. Y'all don't mean y'all per se, but you know what I'm saying? Like everybody, all the characters make it seem like he's this bad actor. And I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, you got little girls walking out of candy stores, Deboing him.
So Tariq and Brayden show up to the penthouse. Brayden has called and made an arranged meeting for Kane and him and Tariq to get together to talk about get back in the game. And he kind of finessed Tariq into going to the meeting. And then Kane's like, I ain't called for you. I'll be a fool to do business with y'all. Both of y'all hot right now. He said, if I did business with anyone, it would be that cute little girl that rode with y'all, Effie. And then here go Tariq. He want to poke out his chest. Keep her name out your mouth, son. And right at the moment, that's when the lights get cut and Wakanda.
They didn't have 3 seconds to run up out that damn place.
Man, they didn't have 2 seconds to process what was going on. And Wakanda showed up.
Right.
Hey, the Wakanda showed up and they cut the lights and they brought Rocky in there, which I feel sorry for her. She ain't did nothing wrong.
Okay, that's what that was. I'm trying to figure out who the hell is this chick.
She was the chick that was running with Mecca last season.
Yeah, she used to be one of that push weight.
Yeah, she was sweet. I'm like, really B. Really B said, as soon as she saw that blanket lay down, I knew it was over for Rocky.
She did too. She saw them lay that thing down, that burlap in front of her. She said, "Oh, it's a wrap."
She was like, "That is working."
When she laid it down,
she might not have died. She would have never said her name though.
If she would have never said her name,
I don't think she would have. She might not have died. They might have like tortured her, but I don't think she would have died if they would have never said. If she would have never said her name.
At first, before they pulled that sack off her head, I thought it was Effie. At first, I thought it might have been Effie that they
I thought it
had
was
to round
Effie
up.
at first too.
I thought it was Effie they had to round up. But she basically
had been Effie. I would have known it was a setup.
But that lets you know how tight Rocky was running with Mecca for Rocky to even know that woman's name.
Yeah. And who she was, right? Yeah.
Yep.
The fact that she knew who she was, period. Right.
Yeah, the
and
fact
so
that she knew her by name let you know that.
So in this scene, we learned a lot more details. We learned that Mecca was her first lieutenant. We learned that Mecca informed on her rivals, so to keep her moving clandestine. We learned that Mecca was also her fiance, but I kind of feel like that was self-proclaimed. I feel like that was self-proclaimed.
In a way, I don't.
She might have a few screws up here loose, but that man, she claimed him.
Dead and can't prove it. He can't say otherwise.
In a way, I don't. I feel like Mecca might have used that because think about it like this: she knew that he was a government informant, so he probably used that to his advantage. To be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be together. I can give, like she said, he gave me information on my rivals, and that's what he used. I'm like, we're gonna be together, etc. Like, I don't think she made it up. I think that's what he did, and that's why he was trying to get away with Monet so quick, because he knew she was around the corner somewhere. Like, we gotta hurry up and get out of Dodge, because this crazy woman about cutting off people's arms and stuff with a whole
vibranium machete.
Vibranium
remember,
machete.
Mecca was a double agent.
Yeah,
he was.
Yeah, he was a double
Actually,
agent.
He was living 3 lives. He was living 3 different lives. He was living 3 different lives.
Loyal, so I believe that he led her on. I believe he used
he led her on.
information.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. He led her on. Yep.
That's probably why she's coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah, I think he told her that though, but I don't think he was really going to marry her. But I think she really thought that was her man. I really do.
I'm not sure about the whole ring thing either. I don't know how she would have known the existence of the ring unless
he might have told her about it, or maybe Rocky that she killed. Rocky told her about it.
She looked like the kind of person that'll say, "We getting married on Wednesday. Here's the ring. We make a presentation in front of my mommy and daddy at 5 o'clock. Do not be late."
Yeah,
but in their culture, arranged marriages are very common. So it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me.
Didn't Lorenzo show somebody else the ring? Didn't he show somebody the ring? I can't remember. Didn't he show somebody the ring?
No, he was looking at the ring.
Oh, he was just looking at it. Okay.
He was looking at the ring when Kane walked in on him. He was on the phone with Monet. This is what made us feel like the ring was originally for Monet. Because he was talking to her about running, and he was looking at the ring when Kane interrupted the conversation. Remember, he pointed his finger at Kane like, get out of the room, and then he put the ring back into the case or whatever the case may be. Maybe
we jumped to conclusions about that ring. Maybe that ring was never meant for Monet either. Maybe he stole.
He was desperate to get that bag.
He stole it from no
one. I think the ring was used for the same purpose for both. I think it was used to entice Norma, And I think it was going to be used to entice Monet as well, but she never got a chance to see the ring. She never got a chance for the ring to be presented to her. But I think the ring was a plot device that was used for both of them to make them think that, I want to be with you and only you.
Yeah, because that ring came from somewhere for it to be sold $5 million. Yeah, for it to be sold for $5 million. That ring is legit. It came from somewhere.
Right.
They country. That's where it came from. It's a family heirloom. It's a family heirloom. It came from Wakanda. That's where it came from.
Vibranium diamond ring.
It's a vibranium diamond ring, right?
That was a big ring.
That was some ice. Monet is sitting at the table with everyone. She looking like, I want to be anywhere else in the world but here with y'all ass. I don't want to look at none of y'all. Like, did I tell y'all to get out of my house?
Right.
Why are y'all here?
It's crazy how they made, even though her hair is not like wild, it's wild enough to make her look like she going through something.
Yeah, and then she in sweats. You could just tell like
they design the sweats though.
Yeah,
like she just told y'all, didn't I tell y'all niggas to get up out of here?
Then she got lashes on, she got eyeliner on. Look like she got a little BB cream. I mean, she pulled together. She all right.
So Kane comes back to the family, tell family about the incident with Norma and how they are pretty much forced to work with her. Plot twist: the ring was meant for Raquel Thomas.
Yo, this is good though. The chef was her mold. Because remember, I forgot Memphis killed the chef.
Yeah.
That the chef was the mold for Noma.
Oh.
That could make a lot of sense.
Oh.
Just like I feel like
what? Oh, you know
that can
what?
Make a lot of sense.
That makes a lot of sense. Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
I mean, how skittish Mecca was acting and how ruthless Noma seemed, he could have really been afraid.
Yeah. He was definitely afraid. I mean, look at how dangerous she is. I mean, he had to keep her very close. So,
I mean, she is a queen.
Is what keeps me alive. So be it.
She's supposed to be ruthless.
Yeah, she's definitely that. They're definitely showing
and
that.
Stylish.
So, Monet was like, "Listen, I ain't interested in nothing y'all talking about. Y'all figure this shit out on your own."
Look at
Lorenzo
this.
jump up and he want to pound on his chest like the Great Ape and say,
"You got to boss me."
I'm not gonna just roll over because you say roll over. Like, no, we're trying to keep our ass alive. Like,
right?
Did you not hear that these people rolled up on me, pistol whipped me, and basically told me they would murder me if we didn't sell their drugs? Like, we got 30 days to move all this weight, and 30 days to move all that weight. I feel sorry for them. They're gonna be working 24/7 because that's a lot of weight.
I bet you Tariq still gonna have straight A's though.
Yep, and that warehouse gonna be empty.
Look at them little hands. Look at them little hands.
That was the most drugs I think we've ever seen in the Power universe.
Nope.
Yeah, Lorenzo.
Lorenzo's not the CI either.
Lorenzo's not the CI. Lorenzo is going to be 6 feet under. I give it the episode 5. He'll be 6 feet under.
I ain't giving it that. He going in 3.
Tariq pulled up on Davis, and I ain't like how he pulled up on Davis. He pulled up on Davis and basically showed him the article about the couple that got murdered in the park over the ring. He tells Davis about Norma. Davis like, well, who's this trick? And he was like, I don't know, but she the new connect, and we working for her, so I need some help. And so Davis was like, well, sure, Tariq, your money always clears. And he was like, well, my discretion is my payment. Basically, if you don't want me to tell Norma that how that ring got to the auction house, then you gonna work for me for free. Huh? You were the one who stole it. You were the one who stole it.
He doesn't ask how much he got for the ring. He doesn't even know what he's bartering with.
Yeah, that was supposed to be his play. Exactly. That was exactly where he was supposed to play that. Because Davis has been joking. Listen, Davis has been choking him up since season 1 when he was trying to get him to help his mama. He was absolutely supposed to take the first opportunity he had to choke Davis up. Absolutely, he was.
Yeah.
I guess I'll let him ride for that. I guess I'll let him ride on that one. I'll let him ride on that. But Who ear hustling? The CI is ear hustling. The CI walk past and see Tariq and Davis having a conversation, so he trying to ear hustle and see what they talking about, whatever, but he can't really get the gist of what's going on or whatever the case may be. But he putting two and two together, know that they together, that it ain't nothing good. And of course, Diana moving into her new dorm
by herself, lonely.
They have a whole conversation about each other. We see each other. I see you. You see me. Basically, you know, they had a little moment where they kind of pretty much, read each other, and then at the same time, you know, form somewhat of an alliance. I mean, they're gonna be roommates, so they got to get along or whatever the case may be. But I think Diane gonna have that little girl up in some trouble.
I agree, Mitzi. I agree too, Kiwan, about him not driving a car. I already said that.
But you got to think though, it's New York. A lot of people in New York don't have cars.
Yeah, but all the places he have to go around, all the
Tejadas got Range Rovers. Except for Drew.
Best friend ride a Benz.
Right. I mean, like when I've gone to the city, a lot of people I know they don't have no car because it's so much.
It's hard to park too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh yeah, I definitely understand that. And there's nothing wrong with him not having a car, but Tariq needs a car. All the places he got to go and all the stuff he got to do, he need a whip.
All the blackmailing, all the, you know what I'm saying?
All the drugs he got to carry around in that backpack. All the drugs he got to carry around in that backpack, he need a car. He need a whip with a trunk. He need an SUV. Hey, Tariq shows up for his first day in American Psych, and who we see up in the class, all the same students from Canonical Studies, all the same students in there. Now Effie's in the class, and Diana's in the class. I'm like, that's unbelievable. Whatever. And so they jump in and they start having a discussion about
it does say American Psych.
Yeah. They announced it when when she first came into the classroom and introduced herself. She had she said, "Welcome to American Psych." She was like, out of 300 students, I'll hand-pick you 25. And I'm thinking to myself, like, well, how the hell do you even know who Diana is? She just got here yesterday.
So who won the prize in Canonical Studies?
All the professors are unalive for Canonical Studies. That course was canceled.
Because it was supposed to be a big payoff at the end of it, right? Really, B?
Yeah, so Tariq, I think he gets to graduate a year earlier or something like that. I don't know. I don't even remember anymore.
Yeah, he has the opportunity to graduate a year early.
Yeah, for taking that particular course. Yeah,
for taking that course.
Yeah,
because he kind of brought it up a little bit when he was talking with Effie about having to stay in school.
Yeah, he vaguely touched on it. Yeah, but since the professors are unalive, ain't nobody to teach the course.
Look, y'all, he finally over his professor. Look at him laugh. He can laugh about it.
Aw, pinky toes.
I absolutely can't stand you. I can't stand you. For that, I'm gonna put a picture up all next week. Next week, I'm gonna post a picture on Instagram and YouTube all next week.
Make sure you show the pinky toe so they know why we call her pinky toe.
I ain't showing that. I'm gonna show her just the way I remember her. A beautiful lady. That's what I'm gonna remember her as.
We call her pinky toe because when she was hanging on the ceiling.
Whatever. We ain't even talking about that. She ain't in the show. Let the lady rest.
Anyway, they show her feet and her pinky toe had an eyeball on it.
But y'all catch that look that Effie's shooting over there at Diana and Tariq. Like, why you sitting over there with that slut for? Like, you supposed to be over there.
It wasn't a seat next to her.
It wasn't a seat next to her.
Well, it don't matter. He could have sat anywhere else but next to Diana. He could have sat anywhere else.
You wasn't going to be at Stansfield.
Look at the teacher's assistant.
You at Stansfield because you trying to be nosy.
So we're gonna have the Boys Mind 2.0 with Effie and Diana over Tariq. I'm so over that.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, that I'm telling you, that teacher's assistant, he from Wakanda too. I'm telling you, he from Wakanda. He part of Norma's crew. He in there watching what's going on up there at the schoolhouse. Something don't register right with him. So we down to Weston Holdings. They having a meeting in the boardroom, and the traders with the traders, and they in there snoring coke before the meeting.
That was a board. That was a meeting, all right.
Yo, that was wild. I was sitting there like, wow,
oh
really?
wow.
In
Look
there
at them. They
speed.
look like some cokeheads.
Right.
I mean, it's like Mad Men.
They do like madmen.
Especially that one on the left. He definitely like he done did
He
some
look like
coke,
he all the
acid,
way gone.
everything.
He look like he ain't slept in 2 weeks. Like I would want them handling my money. Look at him.
I mean, they might as well have a uniform at Weston.
They all look alike, right? And so the one that's standing up, I think his name was Liam, the Asian one.
Yeah.
He offers Brayden some coke. Brayden turns it down. He kind of got offended by it too.
Yeah.
I guess when you sell it, you don't snort it, huh? That line was classic.
It was, but I got weird how Brayden brother stood up for him.
Yeah. Why you feel that way, Fresh?
It was just weird because he was the main one jumping on Brayden about, like, remember when they was walking up the steps, he was jumping on Brayden like, you're the reason why you're here. And he's like, yo, I saved your life.
Yeah, he's trying to impress his dad.
Yeah, but then you stood up for him in a meeting, and I'm like, okay, well, wait a minute, like, which is it? Like,
Brayden
I guess
Trace High, he don't know where he at.
I'm thinking maybe Trace would feel like he's the only one who could say that type of stuff to Brayden because
that's exactly what
family.
It is. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. That's my brother. That's my family. And plus, he high as hell. He don't even know where he at right now.
Ain't nobody looking at the NASDAQ. I mean, it's not doing well at all.
Right.
So Brayden is supposed to have ransom numbers for Kiki, and Brayden left the numbers at the desk, and so he has to run back to his desk to go get the numbers. Guess who's sitting there waiting for his ass? Bash don't pull up on Weston Holdings and try to shake Brayden down for some money. Well, he's crazy.
And that's when I knew he was dead. That's when I knew he was dead. I said, "You playing both ends of this stick. One of them sticks is gonna burn you."
Yeah, right. He gotta get his water turned off immediately.
That's crazy though, because Tariq didn't go there to kill back.
Oh well, his water got cut off already, so we didn't have to send no disconnect notice for his water.
But listen, Tariq didn't go there to kill Bash. Okay, Brayden, but he done killed somebody before. Brayden immediately goes to let's kill Bash, and he ain't never killed nobody before.
And solicit help. And crime.
Right.
This is the crazy part about it. None of y'all like each other. None of y'all get along. Y'all all flipping on each other, telling on each other, trying to set each other up or whatever. And the last person in the world you would run to is Kane, the person who set your roommate up by planting Ramirez's badge. But this is who I'm going to run to for help. You soliciting help from the ops.
Not Tariq. You don't talk it over with.
Yeah,
Tariq.
you don't even go to your best friend.
Your go-to guy is Kane now.
Yeah, for any type of unalive situation, I'm gonna run straight to Kane.
And I'm wondering who he more loyal to, because it would seem like it would be Tariq, but Tariq really didn't want to do drugs no more. He didn't want to really deal with it.
Yeah, he want to do. Right. He want to sell drugs no more.
And Brayden really wants to sell drugs. Like he wants to be like summa cum drug dealer. So it's gonna be a weird situation when he seems like he kind of cow ties to Kane, kind of admires Kane, and Kane's doing what he wants to do. At the same time, he's supposed to have this devoted loyalty to Tariq. So at some point, he's probably gonna have to choose.
Bash is like Robin or Nightwing. He came in from the roof. That's how he got up there.
Right.
He came in from the roof. He's like Green Arrow, Robin, Nightwing.
He's white. He can go wherever he wants.
Right. He's white. He can go wherever he wants with no question.
Everywhere is their property. You're the one that needs papers.
He looks the part.
Yeah,
yep. He was dressed for the part. Yep.
Yeah, he looked
He looked like he worked there.
You know,
right.
got
he
the suit
like
on. He looked the part.
Yeah, he looked the part. That's how he got up in there.
I bet you Tariq couldn't show up in there.
Tariq show up in there.
He looked like he worked there. At the very least, he looked like he a client.
Yeah, he looked like he either was a client or employee. Yep. Either way,
he's
his
an
skin
Arab,
lighter
but
than
he's
ours.
white passing.
Right. Either way, his skin lighter than ours. He passes. So he looked like money. So and probably he's known as a Stern. So him walking up in the Holdings firm and having his way, that doesn't surprise me.
It's so crazy though. He's these are just 20-year-olds. Like he's shaking them down. That's weird.
Yeah, stalking 20-year-olds. Yep. Kane pulls up on Effie and try to, plant a seed in her head, which I think he did. I think he successfully planted it, and he even watered it a little bit. He basically was telling Effie that, listen, your old man getting back in the game, and I mean, he told you about it, which he hadn't, but she held it down though. She kept it 100. She basically like, oh, I know what's going on with him, and we good. So go about your day, cause I ain't buying nothing you sell it.
Right.
Effie look like she's disgusted with Kane.
Yeah,
like
she handled that the way
she did. She handled that exactly the way she needed to. Even though in the back of her mind, she's probably like, "What's up?" But she didn't let Ops know, and that's how you roll.
Right.
What I think is crazy is that Effie. I do think Effie is the snitch, but I think she really likes Tariq.
Oh yeah, I do too.
But I think
she's trying to make a decision now how far she's gonna go to help him or to hurt him.
Right.
Kiwan, absolutely right. Kane is still obsessed with Tariq. He's still obsessed with Tariq. He's still hating on Tariq. He wanted everything Tariq got, and that's the only reason why he want Effie. And I think he's gonna get a little taste of her. I think he's gonna get a little taste.
Ooh. What's a little taste?
I don't know. I just I think.
What do you mean a little taste? They gonna kiss?
Nah, they gonna
grind on each other. What you mean a little taste?
Nah, I don't think so. I think
he gonna get some.
I don't think so. I think she's 100%. I think so. I don't think so.
At the moment she is, but the minute her and Tariq get on the out,
you think she gonna let him taste her sunshine?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. I don't think so. Nope.
You know how many germs are in saliva? She's got to be very selective. Well, Kane don't look like he brushed his teeth.
Oh, y'all so stupid.
If he going to jail.
He gets a text from Brayden saying, I need a favor. Soliciting someone for murder is not what I would call a favor, but okay.
Right.
I need a favor. DeMarcus, thank you so much for the super
Why
chat.
would you send anybody that text? Like Brayden and Tariq are so green.
Oh no, Tariq is not innocent. He's far from innocent. Tariq he just got so much on him right now. Like in comparison to a Ghost, like Ghost wasn't as sloppy with it as Tariq is. Now Ghost has done some impulsive murders too. And I mean, even with Bash was justified. So I can't really pick on him too much about that murder because Bash asked for that. He deserved that. The minute he came, like Really B said, the minute he came up to that school and that job, he earned that.
Yeah, he earned that. He wanted to shake him down.
Tariq still wasn't gonna kill him though. He went there to offer him a proposition.
Yeah, he went there to offer.
It was a brilliant proposition.
Yep. No, he wants some fast money so he can get out of town. That's what he was looking for. He was looking for some fast money and a fast car so he can get out of town.
Tariq ought to know from paying Davis. Once you pay somebody who shake you down, you're gonna always have to pay them. Yep.
Speaking of Davis, he pulls up on the doctor, and we find out that his brother is diagnosed with hepatitis B and C, or B and D.
A, B, C, E, F, and G.
He got 2 of the letters. And there's a clinical trial that is available that he could possibly get into the program if he wasn't locked up. And so
Lucius Lyon. He got what Lucius Lyon had. Lucius Lyon was dying, but then he was.
Nah, I can't stand Tariq either, DeMarcus. They'll be the first to tell you that. I hate Tariq about as much as I hate Tasha. Actually, I hate Tariq a little bit more. So this puts Davis back on Sax's trail again about where you at on Theo Rollins' case. So he calls up Sax. Sax meet with his sneaky link and try to give up information. He thought he was gonna get some too. That lady told him, I ain't gonna let you smell it until you bring me something. She was like, I ain't gonna even let you smell it. Like, until you bring me some information, I ain't got nothing for you, sir. Get on up out of
In
my
his defense, though, you can look at
okay,
her and tell it smell like popcorn. Corn chips.
Go ahead, B.
Oh, but is it me or is this a totally unnecessary storyline? Unless they can find a way to connect his brother to the Tejadas, this is so unnecessary.
It is, and I was wondering about that. Actually, was going to speak on that too. I'm wondering where they're going with this storyline because we already know that Davis was the one that committed the manslaughter, and his brother took the charge for him. But what's the significance of it? Other than the only thing I can think of really be is that they're trying to show that Davis is not a legit person, and that he truly is the conciliator to their criminal organization.
They're trying to show that he's unethical. But for her to ask Stax, why is he so? All you got to do is go back and look at the whole case. Why are you asking Stax? That's why when Bianca was kind of sunning her a little bit, I was just like, yeah, I mean,
he can't because it'll be conflict of interest.
Tasha definitely was a trash can, yes. That's why I call her Trasher. But yeah, I agree with y'all. It's unnecessary. Marcus already did that, really be. He already did it. He put the little trash can emoji and everything. You know, that's what I use for her. All point to Marcus. But yeah, they've already shown us that he's their conciliator. They've already shown us that he's unethical. So yeah, what is the purpose of this storyline other than just to motivate Davis? I guess they're supposed to show us what motivates Davis. Why?
I guess maybe to show that like he's not all bad. He's trying to do something
good.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to get his brother out of jail, especially since his brother took the charge for him.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much all it is. I don't think his brother's ever getting out, but I think that's pretty much what it is.
Oh, he gonna get out. Sax gonna get him out. Sax already proved it in this episode. I think he said in this episode that,
he did
next that the case is clearly. I think they're gonna find some kind of Brady violation. They're gonna find some exculpatory evidence or something. Sax gonna get him out because he did the same thing with what's his name last.
But first, I mean, the doctor gonna get him out for Stax does at this point. I mean, Stax not even working on the case, you know. So I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you what's finna happen. Jenny gonna help Sax get him out because remember, Sax told her that listen, I need you to help me with this because if I can get him out, then that means Davis will trust me more. So in order to push her agenda forward, she's gonna have to help Sax get him up out of jail. So she's probably gonna sign off on a plea or something, or to get him up out of jail.
I agree to Marcus.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, what does Davis's brother? It's a soft spot for him, which means it's going to be a bone of contention. What direction is he going to push him in?
And a weakness.
You know what I mean? Is he going to be all in at this point? You know, when something happens to his brother, you know, because it's inevitable.
Hold that comment right there, CJ. That's a good question, Kiwan. Who is Sax really helping? Is he helping himself? Or is he really going to help Jenny?
Like I said, I'll get into that later on during the show. Like I said, nope.
Okay. All right. We'll hold that later then. Tariq showed up to Bash's penthouse, and you know, in the world of power, you don't need nobody's address. You don't need to ask where you staying at or nothing. You just
show up.
You just show up. Yep. You just pull up. This man look like he's staying in a 5-star, 7-star hotel and eating a steak dinner. And see, that's what he gave Tariq the glass right there. I wonder if that dumb little fucker took the glass with him or wiped his prints off of it. I wonder.
He's.
You know what? Since now that I think about it, he probably didn't because remember, Blanca says that she found his fingerprints all over Becca's apartment, so he probably didn't.
And remember, they got his prints. This is why I go back to the prints because if you go back to original OG Power, Remember, they found his prints at Ray Ray's crime scene too, and she was trying to get a sample of Tariq's prints to compare him to. That's what's going to happen when they run that glass. It's going to come back Tariq St. Patrick.
But his body is not there. There's no reason for them to suspect a crime. The maid's going to come in there probably twice a day.
That's true.
What I worry about is the fact that Kane is a hater. You know what I'm saying? Let's roll the body up. He could have slipped that knife out like he did that badge. You get what I'm saying? That knife
the body may
has both of their DNA on it.
Or just like the body may surface just like with Ramirez. You know, that was his own crime. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like they got rid of the body together, but I want to see Tariq. I feel like he's got the look of his dad, and he's got this way of dropping his voice and seeming more authoritative, but just the way he moves is still so kiddie.
I said I wasn't going to be petty. I said I was going to be petty, but since Really B had her petty moment, let me have mine. How they getting these bodies out of these high rises? How are they getting these bodies out?
The reason why they don't show you.
A reason why they don't show us, right, Miss?
Yeah, the body is one of the hardest things to hide.
The whatchamacallit, the laundry bins.
I guess so.
Somebody who
had
in hotels before. Trust me.
We know that's how they got rid of Lil Guap. We know that's how we saw Drew look at the laundry chute in that scene, so we know that's how they got rid of Lil Guap.
The laundry chute used to be the way to dump a body.
Not anymore. Unless you got somebody down there that's going to grab it.
Yeah.
But I have to say this: out of the two of them, they did have the right person with them to get rid of a body and evidence. Because them two together, they would have left some behind. They would have botched that up for sure. Brayden and Tariq, if Kane wasn't there, they would have botched that shit up for sure. So they had the right person with them for some help. Because even though I would have called Kane for help. So Bash is still on his. Now, one thing I can't say about Bash has got a lot of audacity about himself. He's sitting here talking cash shit to this dude. You just got finished sitting here telling the dude that he wasn't nothing but a thug and a hoodlum, and his daddy wasn't nothing but a thug disguised in a Tom Ford suit. And you talking cash shit to this man. You stand up and buck up at him.
Right.
This is why I don't think Bash was broke. Like Tariq said to him, you stand up in here, you eating steak and all this stuff. That's why I don't think Bash was broke like he said he was. He was just holding it over his head to get more money out of it.
Yeah, he just wanted some more money.
I mean, it's still a body, though. You know what I'm saying?
He stole money from Stern.
That's how I look at it. When he said
it's
that,
still a body, though, Your Highness. It's still a body.
Service entrance.
That's how they came in. They snuck in through the service entrance. Yeah,
service entrance.
Kane is going to teach either Tariq or Brayden how to chop up bodies. Well, shit, I think Tariq already know how to chop up bodies. Didn't Kane show him how to chop up bodies? Or was that Sean they was trying to show how to chop up bodies? It was somebody back in OG Power they were showing how to chop up bodies.
That was Sean.
Yeah, that was Sean they were showing how to chop up bodies. Yeah, Kane going to show them how to dispose of bodies. I agree. So, you got Kane and Brayden, they slipping into the service entrance, to go up there and unalive Bash. And Bash started getting a little greasy at the mouth. Tariq went ahead and jugged him one good time. Jugged him and sent him on down.
I love how they wear, the perfect outfits for witnesses to identify. You know what I mean? Like, red jacket with white trim and a black hoodie, right. Burberry vest, that Louis Vuitton jacket. Is that Louis Vuitton signals? I mean, they did a lot of Louis Vuitton this season. They all go to crimes and they're wearing like iconic gear.
Really, he did do Stern a favor because now he ain't got no one else to contest and fight for the divorce. So yeah, he did Stern a favor. Blanca showed up with a little bit of aggression too. I don't like how she rolled up in that lady office like that too, with all that attitude. Like she act like she the shit, and you ain't one of case either. So I don't know why you try to come in here like you the shit.
That's why I mentioned one being federal and one being state, because they do look I do believe that the two agencies kind of look down on each other.
Yeah, they do. I think Blanca's DEA now. But yeah, she coming in there talking about why are you investigating my case or whatever. Cause maybe shit, you've been investigating these people for 6 years and can't put a charge on them.
They caught nobody.
Right. But you know this is not good for Tariq. This combination right here is not good for Tariq. And they got
They're gonna fail. This is his show. They're gonna fail. They always fail. They're Keystone Cops.
I think that would be a good plot twist if they did it.
He's slipping out of that.
He gonna slip out of it, but they're gonna catch something. They might not catch Tariq, but they're gonna catch something. Because keep in mind, they got a witness.
That's true, quintessential. It's true, but the audacity, the privilege it takes to say it in front of a killer.
And that's what sent them over the edge. That's what ended up sending them over the edge. That's what made them go out.
Yeah.
Well, that's the point. I think Support Gaming is saying the same thing. He doesn't like being compared to Ghost, but that's exactly what he is. Lord, if you want to keep your life and you want to live to see the next day, please do not tell Tariq that anything about him is Ghost.
Yep.
It's not. I mean, some things, the turtlenecks for sure. And then in the way he charms everybody, you know, and can kind of talk them down off the ledge, that's definitely Ghost. But the way he commits crimes, Ghost will double back on Bash. And we be 3 weeks later, they'd be like, we found a body and we think it's Bash. Howard Stern's, Ghost would have doubled back on Bash. He would have just
had something to hold over his head.
Yeah, Ghost would have unalived him that quick because he didn't do it with Stern.
I don't even think he would have unalived him. I think he would have just had something to hold over his head, like, okay, you want to do that?
That's what he did with Joe Proctor. You're right, Fresh. Yep. That's what he did with Joe Proctor.
Yeah.
Because remember, he used the drugs to keep Proctor in line. That's what he did with Simon Stern.
He would have just had something to hold over his head.
That's the strange thing, though, when you look at it. It's like Tariq almost is like, what would Ghost do? And he just out here just doing stupid shit.
Yeah, he doing stupid shit. Because Ghost wouldn't have done that. Especially like that, Ghost wouldn't have done that in that situation. Ghost would have found a way to blackmail him into working for him for free.
That's right, quintessential. Yeah, Bash wouldn't have even seen it coming.
Yeah.
By the time he realized he was dead, he'd be dead.
Yep. I agree. So y'all don't think that Block and Jenny gonna get a case?
Nope.
Yeah.
It's gonna be against somebody, but I don't think it's gonna be Tariq.
It ain't gonna be against Tariq though.
And if it is, he's gonna worm his way out of it.
I don't know. It's gonna be kind of hard for him to worm his way out of stuff. Because one, they got him dead to rights at the penthouse. She got him on.
Technically,
remember what I told you in the joint we just did. The detective is what's going to mess up their case. Whitman is going to mess up their case. Jenny told him to stay out.
And Jenny, right?
Yep. Yeah. Jenny told him to stay out of it. But I guarantee you, as you saw in the previews for the next episode, he's not going to stay out of it. He's going to mess up their case. So that's where
Noma's going to know the cops are watching.
That's where it's going to get
know. She probably
knows somebody's watching, but that's why she wanted them to find out who. And to read
she pulled up in that penthouse. She know they're watching.
So once she knows the cops watching, she's going to be super cautious at that point.
So you know the ironic part about it is Whitman is Sachs. You remember how Sachs used to be so obsessed, and Greg Knox used to be so obsessed. Yep. That's him.
I mean, Whitman is a little bit more genuine than Stacks is one of the most disingenuous people. I mean, even with Jenny, he doesn't come across as reliable. He's just so smarmy.
But you know, with this one, I think what they were trying to do with Greg's character, you remember Angela went down there and put them charges on him for stalking. I think he's going to really snap. Because didn't they say something about he was on a compensatory leave? Isn't that a forced leave where they force you to take a vacation?
Well, he don't work for them no more. He worked for Davis now.
No, he's still working for the force. Remember, because she said he was on a leave.
Right.
He just came off of a leave. So
he was supposed to be, because she said he was supposed to be at the desk.
Yeah, they forced him to take time out because his ass was crazy obsessed over that Carrie case.
Yeah, but he can't do both of those jobs. That's a conflict. Davis represents most of the defendants. If he still worked there, he would be a part of the prosecution. You get what I'm saying?
Well, he's turned state evidence, though. So technically, he's what she's announcing him as her CI. This is when she tells Blanca that I got a CI on the inside. It's Sax. Go ahead, Fresh, because you've been dying to talk about it. Go ahead.
What?
It's not Sax, but go ahead.
Oh, who's the snitch?
Yes.
It's Sax.
It's Sax.
I'm going to tell you why. At first, I thought it was Lauren. I really thought it was Lauren because when she says to him, when she says to Blanca that I have a CI, right after that, she goes sees Lauren. It's Sax because of the simple fact that she told Sax, like, hey, I need you to get me something. And remember this, she tells Blanca that she believes Davis is involved along with the Tejadas, Tariq, and all of that. So they're trying to pin the Rico against all of them. So that's when she says, yo, I have a CI, and who's close to Davis? You got Sax. It's not, that's why I said it's not Effie, because when you look at them previews of the next episode, you see Effie push the car in the water and Lauren is in the car. If she was the snitch, immediately as soon as Jenny gets to Lauren would have said, oh, it's Effie, and she would have been locked up already. That's why I think it's Sax. If it's not Sax, then it's a character that we're clueless about. But I believe it's Sax because I think she's going to use Sax to get the information about Davis in order to get all of them under a RICO.
Okay.
So he will have to be the CI because he can't say it's Lauren because she told Lauren in the previews for the next episode, even your parents think you dead. So we have to keep you dead.
Okay, Juggernaut, who's the CI?
Man, that make a lot of sense, man. I'm gonna have to agree with Fresh on this one. Yeah, I gotta go back and watch all that, but that makes a whole lot of sense, man.
Really, B? Who's the Sax? Who's the CI?
It can't be nobody but Sax. Unless
you and Juggy are sneaker brothers. It can't co-sign each other.
No, that makes a lot of sense, man. Like I watched the previews for the next episode, but I didn't catch all of that.
The only person I could possibly think, unless it's Brayden's sister, that could be good.
Okay, well, we lost Really B. All right, Miss Honey, who's the CI?
It's Effie, and they've set it up to be Effie. If it's not Effie, it's gonna be weak. Okay, Jenny said I have someone that's deep on the inside. I got somebody deep on the inside. Okay, that can't be Stacks. All he doing is peeping in the windows and trying to read people's lips. He don't know ish. Right?
He doesn't, but he's still
the only one that really knows what's going on. She knows about Mecca. She knows about Monet. She knows about the Tejadas. She knows about Kane. Like she knows. She's the only one that's truly in deep. Even Lauren wasn't in that deep.
I can tell you why it's not Effie. Because when Effie pushes that car in the water, you can see the guilt on her face. Every time she's around Tariq and Lauren's name is brought up, you can see the guilt on her face.
But that guilt could be because she is snitching. Just because you see her push the car in the lake, don't mean that Lauren was in that car. She's just getting the evidence of setting up.
You see Lauren in the car sleep when the water is filling up in the car.
First of all, this is chauvinism. Let me tell you why. Effie is just as capable of being the bad guy. She's just as capable as that.
Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, so Really B, who's your vote for the CI? Hold on a minute, Fresh, don't worry about it. Your big brother got you.
He's saying he saw that in the previews for next week.
I got this built into the episode.
Go in, but I didn't see her. I didn't see Lauren sleep. Okay. But listen, let me tell y'all my 2 cents. I think it's Effie too. And let me tell you why. We can go all the way back to when we first met Effie. Effie was suspect from the beginning.
Go back
when Tariq got caught. Right, remember when Tariq got caught back when they were in school and she was like, remember she was texting some strange person. We never found out who it was. We never got to the bottom of it. He just got put out of school, and they found out about the whole situation with Tommy. We never found out who she was even working with back at the college. And even when Tariq confronted her, she was like, well, I had to do what I had to do, right? I had to take care of my scholarship. I had to do what I had to do. Then comes back last season, and she's so quick. Remember, she miraculously came up with all them drugs for Tariq. Remember, I said that then. I said, how she just pop up and she don't owe nobody? She dealing drugs and she pop up with Tariq's money or his drugs. He's talking about, you owe me, and she just showed up with it. And then she gets back in good with them. And she's the only person that knows all of the information. Now, again, show me what you're talking about, because I might not have seen it. I saw her push the car in the water. I did not see the car filling up with Lauren in the back seat. That's the part I missed.
Just hold what you got, Fresh. Big Bro got your back.
Thank you, bro.
So
clearly they didn't see
Lord,
it.
Big Bro.
So,
you guys are sneaker triplets.
So my vote is for Sax as well. And I'll move past this scene and I'll get to why I feel like it's Sax in a minute. Going back to support gaming, Lauren did sign cooperation papers. She signed them in Jenny's office with her parents because she was freaking out about having to testify. She signed them papers.
Yeah. Thank you, support gaming. If Effie was a CI, she would have been already in jail.
This is not how you build a case, sir. This is the Fed. How they build a case is slow and steady. It's foolproof, right?
Yeah, but they got more than enough to slam Tariq. They could have been did it if Effie
would have slammed them if Effie was informing. If Effie was informing on
they also be able to slam David
right now. Tariq would be in cuffs right now. She know about murders. Don't forget that Tariq just sat here and confessed to her about Jabari Reynolds' murder. So if Effie was informing on them, she would have had all that on the wire. They would have had more than enough.
So sweet. You're so innocent. There's that breast milk on your top lip there. Retro. You guys are just so sweet and innocent. Effie is just as capable of being a formidable character. She is playing the long game. It would be a major turn of events.
It would be.
Listen,
I'm not saying that Effie is legit in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Effie is definitely going back to what Really B said. She stole drugs from him, whatever. She's definitely team me, team I. She's gonna betray Tariq in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
She is not.
I just want to know which one of them gonna be pregnant. That's all I want.
She's not the informant, because if she was informing on them, they would already have him in cuffs. Because
like I said, they would have had him in cuffs.
Yeah, no, that's not the way feds do things. They build their case for years.
They got murders. They got
multiple murders.
They got well enough for a RICO. They got way more than enough for a RICO.
You're sweet and you're precious.
Nah, you wrong, Miss Hunter.
It's okay, Retro. When you pull it out, they gonna see.
I got my receipts. I ain't gonna worry about it.
Well, pull it out and let us see.
We gotta get to the scene first. Y'all fast forward before we even get to the scene.
We monetize.
Yeah, we are monetized, but I don't care.
If you pull it out, though, we won't be.
So you're right. So we already talked about Rashad Tate and his Tinder date to the funeral. Monet sitting up there in that funeral home just like a mannequin. I don't know what's going on with her. She just looked terrible. That look she gave Diana in the crowd, like
it's that rainbow outfit Diana got on.
She's like, I can't stand you, bitch. That's the look she got on her face. Like, I can't stand. I'm gonna kill you. Monique gets overwhelmed. Shout out to Lil Mo coming in, singing at the memorial for Zeke. I thought that was out of nowhere.
It was dope. I mean, it was the worst. The way she was acting with her face, I was like, girl, just sing.
Yeah. Usually, this kind of remind me of New York Undercover when we got a singer that comes on the show and sings. We haven't seen that before in Power, so that was neat to see Lil Mo.
Oh, these random white men. There's no dean there either. Where's the dean?
There's no dean there, and somebody else. Why Davis wasn't at the memorial? Davis know he should have had his ass up there at that damn memorial.
I mean, there's a guy with the mullet there. Why wouldn't Davis be there?
And then the dean should have been sitting up there. I agree. I said the same thing. Where's the dean?
The empty seats. I mean, it looked like a MAGA rally. Like it's just so poorly shot. I didn't really care for this.
And let's just be honest. I hate to say it like this, but let's just be honest. Do you really think all these pale people will be in here at this memorial? No. Where
wasn't he kicked out of the school? Like, wasn't he like disgraced?
He was disgraced, but that's what the whole purpose of
that was the whole purpose of it.
Yeah, that was the whole purpose of the memorial, was to try to
but Diana's the one set that up.
In the 12 hours that she's been at Stansfield, she set it up. Yep. In the whole 8.5 hours that she's been at Stansfield, yep. Monet is through. When they dropped that retired Zeke's jersey, she couldn't take it.
Bro, that was
them shades are really nice. If anybody know where them shades come from,
they were nice.
I think they get up out of there. She had to go in the stairwell. She had to go in the stairwell and release her pain.
Right.
That's one of the things that Monet's character. She's such a strong woman that she refuses to show emotion in front of anyone. She had to get up out of there because she didn't want to cry in front of those people. She had to get up out of there and go in the stairwell and cry. So that just speaks to her character about how, she can't be seen as weak. She won't let others see her as weak. Tariq gives up and gives his tell any kind of a lie that sounds good speech.
I hated that speech.
Everyone.
That fade is nice though. I don't care what nobody say.
And then he go out there and check on his stepmom. He got to go out there and make sure she's straight.
She said out of her own mouth that he's the only one she can trust right now.
And he is going to sell her out to Norma. Right.
Yep. Yeah. That's how Norma gonna find out that
about that ring. And you know what? Tariq got that motherfucking bag with them passports in it and them bank accounts with all their name on it.
Exactly.
Well, maybe they put it all on Lorenzo. Maybe that's how they get rid of Lorenzo.
Mm-hmm. That's how what do you think they're gonna pin all on Lorenzo that he killed Mecca?
I mean, that's what I would do. That's what I would do.
I don't think Tariq is. I think Tariq is going to use. He's going to somehow, because, like I said, remember after she took out Mecca, she said, "If you want to get out, you can get out." So he had a chance to get out. I think he's going to repay her the favor. And like Miss Honey said, that's how they gonna set up Lorenzo.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Because Lorenzo's gonna lean in on Tariq. You can see he's already jealous-hearted of it, just like Kane.
They're gonna find out that Lorenzo was the one that took out Zeke. That's when she's gonna turn on Lorenzo for real.
Yeah, but that's what I would do is I would put Noma on the case since she want to know who killed Melka. I would put it on Tariq if I, but I'm logical.
And I don't understand that on Lorenzo.
What I don't understand is you're at a private hangar. I've been to private hangars. I know for a fact that there's cameras all around there. So at some point in time, it should have been a camera that caught him shooting Zeke.
And who's to say that there isn't?
Oh yeah, that's true. That's right. I forgot. We ain't
that
get that
may be how it comes
out. She done put Tariq on the case, so.
Tariq on the case, they can find the evidence. But follow me on this. Y'all gonna call me crazy when I say this, but you heard it here first. Somehow, some way. Really? Do I do you like that when you come up with your theories?
You said
it. Somehow, some way, I feel like Monet and Norma gonna end up working together. And Norma is gonna put Monet in charge. I don't know how. I don't know. I haven't figured out the how yet. But somehow, some way to elevate Monet's character, her and Monet gonna end up running shit.
That would be dope, though.
Yeah,
especially after they get rid of Lorenzo.
I don't think that happens.
Monet and who?
We probably just said it. If they feed Lorenzo to Noma, that's probably how it manages to happen.
Come on, Noma and Monet.
Yep.
Oh no! They both alpha females.
I know that.
Exactly.
I mean, she fighting with Diana, and Diana is a piece of gristle. So I mean, her and Noma.
Yep. Yeah, but you got to think about it like this: Noma will probably end up going back overseas.
Yeah, Noma won't here New York. She don't care about being there.
Yeah, she ain't there to stay. She's
just trying to figure out who killed Mecca
and get someone selling her drugs.
But listen, I could see that being season 4, I feel like throughout season 3, they're going to be enemies. Now, I feel like, again, they're going to feed Lorenzo to Noma. That's how they're going to end up on the same side. And you're right. I could see Monet, after Lorenzo is gone, Monet being elevated back to the queen pin, back to being in charge, and that being their connect. I can absolutely see that. But I think that plays out over the whole season. I think that might be something going into season 4.
Keywan, we'll see. But I see it.
He'd have to tell her, though. He'd have to tell her.
I don't know when it's going to happen, but I feel like that's what's going to happen.
Or Tariq finds out, he might tell Diana.
Nah, but I think Diana might end up remembering the conversation that she had with Lorenzo.
Yep.
What was it? I can't remember that.
She told him about what was in the bag.
Yep.
She told him about the passports and the bank accounts in the bag, and that they were probably getting ready to run on them.
Mm-hmm. But he didn't think he was killing Zeke, though. He thought he was killing Mecca, though, right?
Correct.
Or Tariq.
Exactly.
Correct. He thought he was killing Mecca.
Until he saw on the news that he actually had shot Zeke.
That's a good question, Keywan. What if Dirty Diana finds out about who killed Zeke? Was she gonna tell on her daddy then, since she all for the truth?
No.
Since she ain't gonna tell on her daddy.
Nah, she ain't gonna tell on him then.
Well, she ain't gonna tell on her husband and father.
Her daddy is her only A1 right now.
She's not gonna tell on her
Get
husband.
rid of her daddy.
Right,
Definitely.
And Diana can try like she's so innocent and she was just trying to tell the truth. You were mad at your mother because your mother wouldn't let you go to college. Your mother was pimping you out. You were mad at her and you were trying to get back at her. That was never about telling the truth and being honest. That was about getting
right,
being messy.
Came back on you.
Exactly. Right. That's why she felt guilty about Zeke.
That was about being messy.
Dirty Diana.
Yep, Dirty Diana. So y'all think the Kevin Costner serial killer bodyguard is gonna mess up the case? I can see it.
Yeah, he gonna fuck this up.
Yeah, he gonna fuck the case
the
up.
The third indignant white man. They're all over this show.
Yeah, he gonna mess it up because he's not gonna stand down like Jenny told him to.
Do y'all see all this work in his warehouse? Do y'all see all this work in his warehouse? How in the hell?
Like the old powers.
No, that shit gone. All the Wolf of Wall Street parties, that shit finna be out of here.
Man, them folk gonna be dead if they snort that much coke.
I mean, they buy $5,000 worth of coke for a party.
Parties, yeah,
exactly.
I mean,
and then all you gotta do is get them to sell it. What he got to worry about is Brayden's brother, because didn't Brayden brother already steal from them?
Stole drugs and money. No, I know he stole money. I know he stole the drugs. He stole drugs.
I think it's gonna branch out.
Get your money up front. Plus, Brayden gonna have to learn how to crack some knuckles. He gonna have to learn how to break some legs to the back, because right now him going to get cane for everybody is not gonna work, because these dudes don't respect him. He's not gonna get paid.
Listen, why do I feel like they're gonna find some kind of way to sell these drugs up there in that goddamn holding? They're gonna find some kind of way to connect these drugs to these.
That's gonna be the headquarters.
Yep,
I think it is. Along with, I think this where Effie might end up going back to the school, dropping off some bricks there. Kane gonna go off, drop some bricks to street people, and that's how they're gonna end up moving all that. You got 3 different scenarios that you can go with it.
Yeah, Effie gonna be selling drugs up there at school.
That's correct.
And I think Diana gonna be selling a little bit of it too. She might not be.
They got so much weight to push. They might need all of these answers.
They need all these answers. They need all these solutions, and they need to be selling it in other places that they hadn't thought about selling it before.
I mean, they need a daycare like Tasha
That's
had.
right. I'm just getting ready to say they better open up Tasha's daycare. They better go find Epiphany. You remember Tariq had the stripper that was selling drugs.
At this point, they need to get a funeral home or a crematorium.
Yeah. That'll be a good way for them to wash their bodies.
2 birds, 1 stone.
For real.
I'm full of brilliant ideas.
Yeah. Yeah. They're going to need
support gaming. I was going to say real quick, support gaming mentioned that the warehouse was the same one they used in the original Power. I think the restaurant that Tate and the Dean was at is the Weston's house. Because it's got like a fireplace in it. It's got the china cabinet. I was like, they look like the Weston house.
You know what? I was going to say that earlier when we was talking about the dorm and we were talking about the classroom. They're just recycling sets. They're just finding a way to reuse these sets that they already have. So, we already had a dorm built for Tariq and Brayden, so let's just move Diana and Rebecca into it. We already got a classroom built for canonical studies. Let's just use that for the American.
They are getting that Louis Vuitton money, though. They shouldn't be that tight, though. I wonder what these salaries looking like.
Well, that's why they have to recycle these sets.
And they getting that Land Rover money, even though Land Rover is like the worst car ever.
That's why they recycling these sets, because they got the stretch. They got this money stretch. They got a lot of work. They got to get through. I wish them all the luck they can get, because they're going to need all the help they can get to get this work. Jenny pulled up to what looks like it might be her family house, and she gets out.
Damn, it sure is.
Her in the house. This is her family house. So
yeah, that's her family house.
Things.
Looking like Sandra Bullock.
She do like Sandra Bullock, sure do. And she ain't the pretty woman. She, one or two things. Either she ain't got the resources to get this girl into witness protection, or she just don't want to put her in witness protection because she's so scared that something gonna happen to her. So she got to keep her close. But to my family,
she's scared.
Well, usually they don't do this unless they're afraid of someone being on the inside who could find out where the WITSEC location is. So it seems like to me she's doing this because it will be the least.
She can't trust nobody.
Yeah, and that just makes me feel like they're not worried about Tariq. It feels like they're worried about someone a lot more menacing.
Of a bigger caliber, yep.
I don't think so. I think it's a simple fact that, I think it's just.
But they did hide her in plain sight, though.
I think they're just hiding her because I think 100% she doesn't trust Saxe 100%.
She is working off the books, yep.
And she's playing Saxe.
Yep, for
information. Get information on Davis because she, like I said, she wants to tie, like she told Blanca, she wants to tie Davis, the Tejadas, Tariq, all of them into one big Rico. So that's why she's keeping her off the books, because she feels like if it ends up slipping out that she's still alive somehow, some way, it'll get back to Davis and then Tariq know, and then etc.
Actually, that's 100% correct, because he is a lawyer, so he would find out.
Yeah.
Because in discovery, they're going to have to reveal who their witnesses are, so the defense can prepare.
But how much did Lauren know? What did Lauren know? She knows she met Kane once. He made her uncomfortable.
No, she got them on that wire. She has to go to court to authenticate what was captured on that wire about them dealing drugs up there at Stansfield. And they may have even been talking about murders on that wire too. I got to go back and watch the episode. It's the episode where Kane shows up looking for Tariq at the dorm, and he starts flirting with her. Whatever him and Brayden talked about in that particular scene got captured on her wire, because that's how she got duped into signing those papers by Carrie. So that's who they worried about. I agree, support game, and they worried about Kane finding out she alive. And plus, Davis already let Tariq listen to the tape.
I don't think they're worried about Kane. I think they're worried about Tariq.
Remember, they wasn't supposed to let Tariq listen to that wire. So she running it off the books, but at the same time, she's hiding her in plain sight. So that was real smart. But I didn't appreciate Lauren's energy at all. This heifer is keeping you alive. And
how long do I have to take dead?
How long I got this pretending I'm dead? As long as it takes for your ass to stay the fuck alive. That's how long. I would have went back out the door on her ass. But like, little heifer, I can see you home today. And you be dead by the sun fall. Like,
dead before you can get on your parents' block good.
For real.
Nah, Missy, he didn't get immunity. It was the fact that he wasn't the one that was being tried. It was Tariq that was being tried.
Yeah.
So since he said went on the stand,
immunity to snitch though, didn't he? Because he signed all them signed the paperwork.
Admitted to not creating. He admitted to
course correct.
Yeah, course correct.
Admitted to a crime.
Yeah,
basically. So he should have been arrested as soon as he walked off the stand, technically.
Yeah, but they weren't. They weren't. Yeah, it wasn't white privilege. It was more so like they wasn't prosecuting him. They were prosecuting Tariq. So since he admitted to it, it was like I'm at court. It's like until they build a case and then try to, prosecute him, then they could do that. But it was the fact that they were prosecuting Tariq. So
she in homeschool.
It's like
she in homeschool. I still agree with Miss Honey on that, though. I mean, you admit to a crime in open court, you should have been arrested on the stand. You should have been arrested on the stand.
I mean, that's true, but that's not how the law works in the real world. Like,
if you white,
and not even if you're white. Like, I guess because I got a couple of lawyers in the family, I know the law a little bit. So, like,
if he was black, they'd have locked him up on perjury or impeding an investigation. They'd have found something to lock him down with.
But actually, y'all, all right, he did get immunity because remember when they was at the house with the lawyer and the brother was volunteering to testify. The lawyer said on one condition, if both of them get immunity. So that's probably the only reason why he admitted to it in open court was because he did have immunity. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. So what?
Really B don't skirt it up out of here when I pull in my receipts. She don't skirt it. That's all right. She'll catch it.
Okay, Miss Honey,
here when I start pulling these receipts out. Okay, so there you go. There's Lauren pushing the car into the water. You see that? Really B? We had.
Miss Honey.
That's scary. She left you by yourself, Miss Honey.
Still, I mean, I'm not. All we proved is that she is extremely strong.
Oh,
because pushing a car from a stopped position is not easy.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Bam!
Who was that in the car?
It looked like the TA. That ain't Lauren. Look at them extra lips. No, thank you.
Okay.
Ride until the wheels go flat. Ride on the rim. Ride on the rim.
Stranger.
Ride on the rim, Miss Honey.
Who's this medium dark stranger?
No, the stranger's up in the house with Monet. That's the stranger in the house.
Is that the outfit Lauren even had on?
That's her. Same outfit. Same outfit.
Same outfit. In the driver's seat.
There you go. See there? Same outfit.
Right there. Same jacket.
Same jacket. Yeah.
Same jacket.
Same ponytail. Same earrings. It's her.
Everything in the driver's
car neutral and pushed it in late.
Look at her face. Guilt. That's why I said she's not the snitch.
Guilt.
Okay.
And then, like I said, you see Lauren in the driver's seat. She knocked out.
Yep.
And they keep going because you see it go in the water.
I didn't get that one.
Oh,
you see right. Lauren was dreaming about what happened that night or whatever the case may be. Now, what I am confused about is how did they get to her? Who got to her? And bam, the character description for Cooper Sachs this season, after choosing to align himself with Jenny Sullivan as her criminal informant, Cooper Sachs is doing all he can to get evidence, pointing to Davis McClain's involvement in Tariq and Tejada's illicit dealings. That's proof right there. Sachs is the informant.
The proof is in the pudding.
I mean, that's fine. But can we both agree that Lauren, who knows very little, knows more than Sachs does?
I don't think she does.
Sachs is what does he know? What is he?
Well, here's the thing. The opposite of that. Sachs actually knows a lot because keep in mind, Sachs investigated Tariq them all throughout Power. So even though none of those charges stuck, Sachs knows where to look.
Which means that his information is not admissible. Listen, I'm not arguing with you guys because I know that you guys are smart. I know you guys are devoted and you watch very carefully, okay? All I'm saying is for them to set Stacks up as the CI is just, I don't know. It's just, to me, it's a missed opportunity and it's a flaw in the storyline.
It is a flaw because you know what I think, Miss Honey, it's funny you should say that because I was thinking this when Blanca came on the scene. When Blanca finds out that Sachs is the CI, she gonna have a fit about that.
Yep.
Keep in mind, she tried working with Sachs in the past as well, and she know that Sachs did things to throw her case, like planting evidence in Ghost's room and stuff like that. When Blanca finds out that Sachs is involved, she gonna pitch a fit about that because she's not gonna want Sachs anywhere near this case because he's the reason why she couldn't get the charges last time because all his bullshit he did with planting the phone in Terry Silver's car, then taking it and planting it in Ghost's motel room, then trying to get Dre to lie on Stan. Then he what else he did? He did something else he had no business doing. either way, when Blanca find out that Sax is involved, that's gonna throw the case right there. So between Whitman and Sax, that's how they're going. That's how they're
One
going
of them going through the case. Like I
Yep.
said,
I mean, I think you guys could very well be right, but I'm still gonna practice my "I told you so" dance just in case I need it.
Okay.
I just can't see it being Effie because, like I said, it's too predictable. So they're gonna come left field from what you, and that's what I said. The way they wrote it, like you said, you see when she approaches Tariq about him not telling her about the deal they got going on, he was saying like, no, like, yo, I don't want you in this. This Noma character ain't nothing to be played with. You know what I'm saying? Every time somebody disappears, it's because of me. So it's like he was trying to keep her out of that on purpose. And it's written that way to make it look like she's trying to get back in because she's the snitch. So it's making you think that, but it's too obvious.
That's true.
It's too predictable to say, oh yeah, Effie's a snitch. Everybody's gonna point to Effie being the snitch, and it's not gonna be her. I will be shocked if it's her, and I will be pissed if it's her because it's too predictable. It's just way too predictable.
Shout out to everyone in the comments and the chats today. Thank y'all for coming through. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button on y'all way out. We be working hard over here. To bring y'all these recaps because we dig deep. We dig thorough. We're gonna let Miss Honey see. You know, I mean, sometimes we're wrong, but you know, we follow the right.
I was wrong about Lauren. I was wrong. I eat the crow, but
because Miss Honey was right. She was alive.
I mean, I was wrong once before in my other life.
Oh my God.
This life I've yet to be proven wrong, but I mean, I'm willing.
Right.
I'm flexible. I'm still gonna work on my dance though. It's gonna. So
Drew is not going to run away with Everett. Everett is getting ready to be unalive, and Kane going to unalive him.
They're not going to run nowhere but to the local ice cream shop. You know what I'm saying? Where Everett's going to drop his ice cream, they're going to have to go back in and get a new one, and they're both going to get killed. No. It's just bird nerdy.
I mean, I'm sorry, Monet is not getting with Tariq. Like that's you think about BMF, the stuff they do with this ain't BMF. Like, nah, that ain't happening. I
just always look at the characters that we need to keep. We know Tariq's not going anywhere. We may get a cliffhanger, but he's not going anywhere. It's his show, right? Monet is a very popular character. So, I mean, it just stands to reason that they won't go anywhere. We're looking at Everett, Lorenzo, I mean, Bash, obviously. Who's our season fodder? Because that's who they're going to build the crimes around.
Lorenzo.
The murders around.
Lorenzo.
Yep. Lorenzo.
Everett. Yes. Everett. Unfortunately, Dirty Diana's still around for a little bit longer.
The grandma's on the cast list too for this season.
Speaking of grandmother, I felt like this was a missed opportunity once again for us to meet Monet's family. This would have been a perfect episode to bring her sister and her mom and them in and come and see about her and check on her. And nothing. We got nothing.
Yeah, it's just to me, and I said this in my review, I feel like the Tejadas just moved the pieces around. You know what I'm saying? They just really kind of fill it out for Tariq so Tariq can have foes or adversaries, that type of thing.
Yep.
I don't think we were ever meant to really be super, super invested in the Tejadas. Yeah. That's why this Drew
background characters
situation just seems unnecessary to me.
Your background
I don't think they're going to come into like later on because I ended the scene where they are in the bar again, like later on in the trailer. I think that's probably maybe we'll see more of her side of the family. Or, well, nah, they would know because it's national news, so never mind. I was about to say they might not even know Zeke is dead, but
nah, that's on CNN. That's on every sports channel and all.
Yeah, so they would know. Okay, yeah.
But yeah, the bar that doesn't make them any money, the bar that we ain't seen them work one day.
No. Right. I mean, but you can walk up in either one of them. You can walk right up in their house. They got all them windows. Ain't nobody bust none out. Like
ain't nobody bust nothing out. All right. I don't know though. You might stand corrected on that because somebody gonna be busting at that funeral. So
I want to see what episode 2 and 3 is going to give. I really felt like
let's just hope that episode
one
2
was
and 3, the heat is turned up because they started out real strong with episode 1. You can't go slow. You can't go slow.
Think they are, though.
You can't.
I think they are because you got to give us that. Like it's happened all through. You got to think about it. Like all of the powers, even some Raising Kanan Force. It's going to be that 1 or 2 episode that's going to be slow. It's going to be like, why they give us this? It is just like they do it on purpose. So I think it's going to be at least one of those episodes. They're going to give it to us like that, where it's going to be slow. I don't think it's going to be episode 2. It might be episode 3 that they give us slow, but I don't think it'll be episode 2.
I mean, slow is fine, but let it at least make sense.
I don't know. It just seems like Power is always shot in the winter months. And so therefore the timeline is always in fall or winter in the Power universe. Yeah, they need a hot summer for real. I agree.
They don't do it because
Power once.
I think that's why they don't do it, because Kanan is in the summer.
Yeah. All right, guys. Any other predictions for next week? I think we're gonna find out what happens to Lauren.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like you said, I still got my prediction that somebody found her.
They got to get that back.
Sneak out. That's all that is. She gonna sneak out and she gonna meet Tariq.
She a fool if she does.
That's why he looked at that picture, and that's when she said, "How long do I have to play dead?"
You know what, Miss Honey, you're right, but I kind of looked at it as later on down the line, Tariq is going to find. Here's what I think later on down the line. I think some way, somehow, Jenny is going to confront Tariq and was like, "Hey, either if it's not Brayden, she's going to say, hey, your girl tried to kill Lauren."
Right.
And that's what's and to try to flip him into coming in, because if you saw in the trailer later on down the season, he asked Effie when they're in the car about it.
Oh, he does ask Effie about it.
He does. Later on down the line, when you see when they drive and you see that he asked her about it. So I think that's gonna come out. I think that's gonna come out that like later on, or they're gonna find out like, hey, they didn't kill her. Because there's another scene where Brayden and Effie was talking to each other.
Jug, you got any predictions for next week?
Other than they give a backspin on what happened with Lauren and Effie, and we probably start seeing them lean towards putting everything on Lorenzo.
He was supposed to be there as Monet's father, but like I said, this was a missed opportunity because it was a perfect way to bring them into the season.
It might come in later on.
Maybe, but I haven't seen any press announcing that they're going to be on the show.
It might be just a pop-up. They might do it off the surprise tip.
I would love to see Mr. Big show up.
It would be nice. I mean, that could be a slow episode. We just need a little bit more, everything to be filled out. I don't want things to be explained and, in hindsight, that type of thing. Let's just hash it out. I would have loved to see them all try to schlep that body out of the building. Like that would have been cool.
That would have been dope to see them struggle with how to get rid of their first body. Well, not their first body, but their first body where they killed someone and having a difficult time moving the body. Ghost of Tommy, they always knew how to move. But where is Monet's sister at? Like that would have been a perfect way to bring them into the story. Them showing up, just like how Tasha and them had all those family members that we never heard and never seen show up for Raina's death. Like that's what they should have did. They should have had them show up for Monet. Her sister should be there trying to take care of her right now. But all right, guys, that's it for this week. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button and help support this channel as we continue to try to grow. We appreciate everyone who came through and all y'all good theories, man. Y'all are the best power chat out there. It's very hard to keep up with all of y'all comments. You guys are on point. We'll probably be back this week to do another video, some power related stuff. So be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for our power trivia on the YouTube community wall. And we'll see you guys next week.
And next week I'm gonna wear black and red and white and gold and a beard.
Okay, so the colors next week is red. Okay, got it.
I'm like, okay.
She's being facetious. See y'all.